And welcome back, everyone. After a little thing there, a little theme, opening theme thingamabobber thing. All right, so hold on. I gotta just make sure that I do this right this time. Let's go ahead and hit this button.
Killing it.
All right, look at that. I'm just getting so much better at this thing, you know. Whew. Playing music, hitting the play button. Whew.
Music.
What about a record?
No, I can't do records. Are you crazy? So, when we last left our heroes, having managed to retrieve the keystone, the party made their way into the lower recesses of the tomb. There, they battled a strange beast with the ability to steal their magic using elusive shadows. With their magic dwindling, the party's rogue Eli used his superior sword handling skills to separate the creature from its head and torso. Having defeated the creature and vanquishing the evil haunting the tomb, it was revealed to the party that the kindly old tiefling known as Spade was actually the spirit of the mortal champion himself. The champion granted the party the boon of the champions that would allow each member to determine if another champion's tomb was nearby by way of a glowing sigil on the back of each of their hands. Having no use for his weapon any longer, Spade also gifted the grave digger's spear to Ollie. Saying their emotional goodbyes to Spade, the party then re-emerged from the tomb to find the pixies waiting for them. The elder informed the group that their friend Raynor was being held at a pirate outpost to the northwest side of the island, and so the party set out towards the outpost. They continued to travel for a few hours before coming across a rickety old rope bridge, seemingly the only way to cross a vast ravine. The party began to make their way across the ravine, however their efforts were thwarted as a large ogre burst through the tree line and attacked. A valiant effort was made, however the ogre, seemingly enraged, made a last-ditch effort to devour the now unconscious Pavo. Watching in horror, the ogre lifted Pavo's limp body towards its gaping jaws, but an unsuspecting ally appeared, cleaving the ogre's hand from its wrist, before sinking a large black stone axe into its skull. And so, our story continues. Standing before you all, a hulking male that looks more lizard than man, his body covered in thick scales, mostly black, with a turquoise underbelly that runs from his stern to just below his chin line. He wears a thick hide armor over one shoulder, attached by a leather strap that runs across the front of his torso. Hanging over his uncovered shoulder, a long wooden bow and a leather quiver with a few arrows sticking out from the top. And gripped tightly in both hands, a very large war axe with a black stone blade at its end. His eyes fixated on the group. Looking back, you practically feel the dominating, burning gaze of a fearsome warrior. None of you should be here. It's way too dangerous to fight an ogre on the side of a ravine. You should try to do it on flat ground, maybe a forest or, worst case scenario, a treed area. Anyways, have a nice day. And the warrior begins to turn and head back toward the forest line.
Sorry, I did not hear you from the other side of the ravine.
Could you speak up, please?
The warrior turns around and looks back. Oh yeah, I didn't see you over there. Just be a little bit more careful next time, all right? I gotta go.
Okay. Thanks.
Take care of everybody. It was good meeting you.
Whoa, is our friend okay? He's on the ground over there. Can you check him for us?
Can I go and inspect the body, see if he's still able to be saved?
Well, we'll check right now. Pavo, if you'll please make your first death saving throw.
Oh, no. No.
Roll a d20, right?
Yep.
It's a 10.
A 10. So the first is a success. Ollie, as you walk over to Pavo, you lean down, push the body a little bit. It still feels relatively warm. It's still pretty limp. Rigor mortis has not set in yet. What would you like to do?
In order to try and keep the team together, I'd like to try out a careful cantrip of spare the dying.
Very good.
Nice.
You all watch as Ollie, grasping on to his holy symbol, closes his eyes for a moment, leaning down towards his friend. He puts his hand over top, and as he does, a light blue begins to glow from his hand, covering the entire body of Pavo. A few moments later, Ollie releases his hand, standing back up. Everybody watches, including the warrior, with anticipation. A moment passes. Another moment. Pavo quickly is breathed life once again into him. Pavo, you are back with a single hit point.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Sweet.
I'll
Pavo,
cast
are
Cure
you
Wounds on-
okay?
Oh.
He's alive, guys. He's good.
He'll come back.
The Ollie above me, I take it. Oh,
I
thank
give you
you
a
so
little cure.
much. Thank you so much.
No
I
problem.
appreciate
I slap him on the ass while giving him cure wounds.
that. Wow. Okay.
Good hustle. Good hustle.
Was he lying face down?
He gets 5 health.
5.
Yeah, I was gentle.
I'm harder next time.
All right, Pavo, if you want to go ahead and add 5 hit points to your no longer dwindling health.
All right.
Wow.
The warrior stops and looks back and says, "Wow, that was pretty impressive, I gotta say. How'd you do that?" Looking directly at Ollie.
I've studied a lot in the arts of healing and the divine arts, and a member in need
Yeah.
gets a heal.
I hear so one of your
Wait a
one.
minute. What's going on? Who are you? Where'd you come from?
Sorry, you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, hey, I'm Dendar. Nice to meet you.
I pull myself up off the ground, give him a little bow, like, well, thank you. I can only assume you assist us here.
Yeah, well, you seem to be doing a good job getting rid of all the tourists around here. Keep messing up my retirement.
Are you native to this island?
Native, not necessarily. I came here to find peace and retirement, but all these tourists with eye patches and hooks for hands, they keep showing up, messing up my island. It's ruining the land value.
Well, we are trying to put a stop to them and get off this island ourselves, so maybe you can assist us.
Make a persuasion check.
What?
7. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, for starters, we do need to get across this bridge. Our friends on the other side, they made it. I'm a bit heavier. Well, quite a lot heavier, and I don't think I'm going to make it. And we need to get on to that side to go help our other companions and
They're being held. Oh,
people
sorry.
on our quest.
Can you guys please speak up? You're making it very hard to eavesdrop. Hey, is that the Blackstone warrior? He has a Blackstone axe.
Yup,
Yeah, I got a Blackstone axe. Hi, how are you?
he's gonna help us.
I'm Dendar.
Hi, I'm Eli.
Pleasure to meet you, Eli. Hope you're having a good day.
Come on over. Everyone come over.
Because it's that easy.
The warrior looks back at Ollie and says, "Well, have you tried using your switchy belt?"
What the hell?
No.
Oh, well, it's real easy. And you watch as he looks down. There seems to be a large leather belt, almost the size of a girdle, just for the thickness of the overall belt. There seems to be a large silver medallion that the warrior reaches down, twisting it, and with a poof of smoke, turns into a hawk that is easily able to fly over to the other side. As he rests over on the other side, he turns his belt once more, poof, once again, turning back into Dendar. You see, Tin Man, it's easy. Just use your switchy belt. Oh, hi, Eli. How's it going?
Where would you get this belt? I don't have that belt.
Oh, that's some more of a problem then. Well, how did your friends get over here then?
Papa carried me.
I made it across because I am very talented at being dainty and very light on my feet.
And destroying half the bridge on the way.
That is a lie. That did not happen.
Make a deception
They
check.
barely made it
entirely.
alive.
She's across the chasm. He heard that?
No, I was just responding to what he was asking me before.
Hey, you guys remember the time that we made all that noise and then that ogre came?
My deception is a 6.
Kind of looks at you and cocks an eye. Well, you don't seem that big. I don't know how you broke everything, but oh well. Well, there's only one other way to cross this bridge, or get across this ravine. A little further north, there's a wooden bridge that's much stronger. You could probably just walk across from down there.
How far north?
Oh, not far. It's maybe 10 minutes from here.
Are we
Okay.
good to split the party for 10 minutes? You think we can survive that long?
Well, we can walk
Oh, yeah.
across along with you, right? Can we walk with them? So at least we're all in the same place.
Stay equal to each other on the
Yeah,
other side of the ravine.
walk
Yeah.
parallel to each other.
I see.
We should be careful, though. There might be
Yeah.
more ogres around. They might have a hidden base. I heard that ogres have layers.
Like an onion.
So maybe we should keep our voices down.
I think that's a good idea.
What?
What?
You guys
Be
are,
quiet!
You guys are so bad.
you guys are pretty stealthy, I gotta say. It's wow.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go back across. They're a lot quieter over there. And as he reaches down, turning his belt once again, turning into his hawk and flying across to the other side. Once he lands, switching his belt once again, turning back into Dendar. He looks towards Pavo, Trix, and Ollie and says, "Your friends, they're really loud.
Yes, they are.
You guys mind if I walk
Can
with
be.
you? I feel like they're gonna give me a headache."
Please do.
Very well, very well. Well, I will be happy to lead you to the wooden bridge. Follow me.
I would like to take to the air and just kind of fly it right over the middle of the ravine while looking both sides, just kind of being a scout to make sure I can't see anything coming our way.
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
+6, 15.
As you float above the ravine, you look back and forth, and it's pretty open in terms of land that goes along the ravine. You can't see anything that's really a cause for concern at this point. However, after about 10 minutes of travel, you do start to see from the sky a wooden bridge that seems much more stable than the rickety old bridge that you had crossed before. You all walk further north, continuing
Oh
your...
wait, before we leave, did Pavo lose any feathers during while he was beaten up?
You're on the
By
other
the
side of
ogre?
the bridge, Alcor. You can't even get the feathers.
Okay, I will ship
Oh,
white shape into a blink dog, and I will teleport to the other side to see if there is any feathers on the ground.
Okay, but just to remind you, it is still the same day. And you've
Yeah,
already
I still have one.
at second level? You only
I
have
have two per day.
right. So you used the wisp to get
I used
across
one.
in the first place. And
we
now
did a short rest between. It reset with short rest.
yeah, but when you actually crossed the ravine the first time, you used the wisp. So you've used
No.
it.
Blink dog.
Blink dog to do the ravine. I used the wisp the day before before we fought the creature in the tomb.
Okay, so you've blink dogged. This is your second time blink dogging since your short rest.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, you kind of glow for just a brief second before shrinking down to that of a small basset hound. In a just a brief moment, in the blink of an eye, you're now back across to the other side. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
That's 19.
19.
What's say investigation?
Yes.
Sorry. That's 15.
15. So you look past where they were fighting, and using your now canine senses, you sniff around on the ground. It's relatively small. However, you do see a orangish feather laying on the ground.
I will shapeshift back and take it and put it in my bag
Okay.
and catch up with the party, which is on the other side.
All right. So Alara and Eli are now on the other side of the ravine by themselves. Great.
I wave to Ilara. Hey!
what the hell? What the hell?
I show her the feather.
Great.
What the hell do you want with my
I was gonna
feathers?
say, can't Pablo see what you're doing?
Sorry?
Pablo can see what you're doing with his feather. It's...
No, he's flying.
I can see.
Oh,
But-
hi, Pavo.
Pavo, you're checking the road ahead. So technically, you wouldn't have seen this because Alcor is technically behind you now.
Hmm.
It's okay, I'll tell you later.
Says Eli, you wanted to kill Pavo.
It was supposed to be an anonymous poll, damn it.
Yeah. And it wasn't anonymous or a poll.
Yeah, it's our crack tech team / social team just clearly, Anyway.
Okay.
So is there anything else you guys would like to do before heading north to the wooden bridge?
No, just give Eli a high five and say, I guess it's just me and you.
I'll high five back.
Nice.
And I'll ask, can I ask you if I can play with Shadow? Can Shadow walk with us? Or is
Yes.
tired?
Yeah. But let me just double check. Because I didn't permanently dismiss him. Sorry. 1 second. You can temporarily, yeah. Okay. I call Shadow back. I snap my fingers and boom, Shadow's right there. Hey,
Awesome.
Shadow. I give Shadow a pet.
Kind of squeaks at you. I don't know what sound a fox
play
makes.
around
So.
with Shadow. That's what
I'm just gonna say they
fox say?
squeak.
What does the fox say?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
So Shadow kind of immediately takes to Eli. Eli, make an animal handling check for me, please.
Okay. That is actually not that high. 5.
5. So as you go to pet and play with Shadow, you're not paying attention. You accidentally step on its tail as it screeches, and kind of darts forward. You know, now running around Alara's feet, very cautious of you for quite some time.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay, Shadow. It's okay.
Kind of
I'm just a
nuzzles
clumsy-
against you.
I'm a clumsy halfling. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Shadow will get over it.
Good to know
It's
for.
fine. Just don't tell Pavo. He's weird about that.
Good to know
Speaking
though.
of weird. Why did your friend take Pablo's feather?
Well, I don't know. But when I see him again, or when I get, close enough so that I don't have to yell across a chasm, I will inquire as to why he went so far as to blink dog himself across a chasm to get this feather. So, yeah, we'll find out. You think it's weird? Should I think it's weird?
I think it's a little weird, but I guess I don't know what he's going to use it for.
What if he just likes Pavo and wants a keepsake?
I feel that's weird. Is that not weird?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's keep up with the group across the way.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'm assuming that you're
Maybe we
having
should
this.
Keep an eye out. What?
I'm assuming you're having these conversations while you're walking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as
We're walking.
as you walk, Shadow kind of trots alongside of you. It takes him a couple minutes, but he seems to warm up to Eli again. On the other side of the bridge, you continue walking further north, continuing your trek as the sun now peaks in the sky above. Passing by a thicket of trees that narrowly rest at the edge of the ravine, a much sturdier wooden bridge appears on the horizon. As you approach, you begin to hear a loud guttural growl coming from, I guess, Ollie, Alcor, and Trix's side. As you approach, as you continue to approach, the closer you get, you see two long, burly green arms reach up from underneath the bottom of the supports of the bridge, pulling up a large, beastly-looking creature. As it climbs to the entrance of the bridge, you now get a full view of the creature. Standing in front of you, a massive pale green figure stands before you. Its squinting yellow eyes beat down on you from under a thick protruding brow. Large tusk-like teeth stick out from either sides of its mouth. Patches of fur over its chest and over its massive shoulders, as well as kind of running down over top the center of a bulging belly. In its hand, it seems it's ripped out a small tree from the ground and defoliated, with only the largest branches left, being cut down into large spikes, seemingly for a makeshift mace, if you will. It's not hard to recognize this creature as one from many children's stories. The bridge troll. As you approach, the troll stares down at you. Who dares cross my bridge without the permission of me?
Could we have your permission to cross the bridge?
Those who wish to cross my bridge must answer questions 3. Or, if you can answer those questions, I'll let you cross. But if not, I get to eat all of you, and it will be slow and painful, and... He stops for a moment. Oh, hey, Dendar. How are ya? Dendar looks back. Oh, hey, Terry. I'm doing good, thanks for asking. How are the wife and the kids? Oh, you know, same song and dance. Wife's always bothering me about a bigger cave. Well, the boys decided, get this, the boys decided that he doesn't want to be a bridge troll. He wants to be an entertainer. He wants to go down to the river and play around and thinks that people will go down and watch him and his friends play in the river. I don't get that. Why would anybody want to watch someone play games? I don't know. It beats me, but he says he's got a couple people that follow him. He says they're calling it streaming. I don't understand that at all. Well, neither do I. It's different times we're living in these days. By the way, Dendar, how's that you and the Nemesis going? You figured that out yet? Don't you mention his name while I'm around. All right. No need to get testy then. It's great seeing you again, Dendar. Yeah. You too, Terry. Great seeing you. Oh, right, you lot. So you want to answer these questions or what?
Dendar, don't you think you can just talk your friend into letting us pass?
Well, it's kind of Terry's job. I wouldn't want to interrupt that. I believe in order.
So, like, is it the same questions every time, or maybe you could give us a hint?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I remember there was an arm wrestle involved.
You know,
Seemed like a
Terry,
question to me.
my body's made entirely of metal.
Yeah?
That's not something I think you would enjoy eating. It's not really going to give you any nourishment or pleasure.
You go.
So it's kind of just a waste of both our time. If you ask me questions, you should just let me pass.
Yeah, the rules are rules, all right? I might not eat you, but you'd probably do well for, I don't know, siding on my cave, or maybe make some furniture out of you or something. Maybe reinforce the bridge. I'll make armor out of you.
All right. Ask me your questions. Do we all have to answer 3 questions, or is it 3 questions in total?
Look, I'm going off a script here, all right? Just bear with me. You can all answer. Just think amongst yourself, but you only get one answer. If you guess wrong, I get to eat you, all right? And oh boy, I'm hungry. Oh yeah, no, there's no. He's being completely. He's loud. He's boisterous. You can absolutely hear him.
Okay, ask your questions.
All right, here it comes. And oh boy, I hope you get it wrong, because I'm hungry. The first question. What is the first question?
It's what is the first question?
Is it what?
Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. What is the second question?
I believe you just asked me. What is the second question?
Oh boy, is that your final answer? I hope it's your final answer, because I'm hungry.
That is my final answer.
Well then, that is the incorrect answer. So, which one of you lot want to be eaten first? How about you then, with the horns?
Yeah, those aren't going to be very good going down.
Also, satyrs are poisonous
Stab
to
right through
trolls.
insides.
They are. Make a deception check for
That's
me.
what I've heard. $17.
Then maybe I won't eat this one then. What about that dog there? Ogres love dogs. Or no, you switch back. What about that elf human looking thing there? He's got all the fancy things on him. I'll eat him first. How about that?
I don't know. He might turn into something else. Maybe a slug? You wouldn't want to eat a slug.
Why? What's wrong with eating a slug?
Well, first of all, it's not very tasty, and second of all, it's not very filling. And I heard they cause cavities.
They do?
I think almost certainly.
Well, make a deception check for me.
12.
You seem to know a lot. Are you one of those medical professionals I keep hearing about? What do they call them?
That's exactly what I am.
Apothecary or something. Cleric, something along those lines.
Something like that.
He's an apothecary.
Hey! How did you get on the other side of my bridge? Get over here, the lot of you! You two, get over here!
Hey, we were already on this side. We haven't crossed anything.
Well, you didn't get my permission, so you have my permission to walk from that side back to this side, and then you can get my permission on this side. All right?
No.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay with me.
Hey, Tin Man, can you hold on a second? He turns around and stomps
problem.
over. The bridge shakes as he moves across it. Now, listen here, you two. And he's looking now at Alara and Eli. You don't have my permission to be on this side.
Well, you don't have my permission to be on that bridge.
Well, no, that's not how it works. I work here.
It is. I was promoted. That's why I'm here on this side.
Who do
I got
you-
promoted, and I'm taking over your job now.
Who do you answer to then?
I don't need to tell you. You're underneath me now.
Make a deception check.
Where's this going? What am I doing? Oh boy. 16.
Huh. Well, I mean, if you got the permission of the boss, that's a different story. And what about the little one then? What's his story?
I'm with her.
He's my assistant. We get assistants now because there's a lot of people that are trying to cross the bridge. So now we get some backup.
So where's my assistant then? I need assistance.
Well, you got demoted, so you don't get an assistant.
How did I get demoted? I've just been working here on the bridge. Did Eddie put you up to this?
No.
Eddie didn't put you up to this? Who put you up to this?
No one put me up to this. I have your job now. You are free to go.
Oh. Well, that's a different story altogether then.
Yeah, you'll get paid too. It's good severance.
I get a severance.
Yeah.
I don't know what that word means, but I'm
They
sure
want
it's
you to
good.
go work the other bridge down the way.
And the rickety old thing down there? I can't fit
Yeah.
under that bridge.
Well, you have to figure it out because that's your new posting.
I tell you, you don't get memos. You don't even get a carrier pigeon telling you these things. The higher ups, I'll tell you, they ruin my day. They ruin my day.
I know. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
And is he close enough that I can touch him?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll give him a pat on the arm. It's okay. I get it. I hear you. I'm right there with you.
Well. All right then. Well, if it's your bridge now, I guess I'll be on my way then.
Thank you very much for your service, and I will be sure to do a fantastic job in your name, and I will do my curtsy.
All right. Well, you make sure you watch this bridge, and you tell them if someone tries to cross, you tell them you're going to eat them. That's the rule.
I will. Absolutely. I will pick right up with these guys where you left off. You were going to eat one of them, right?
Yeah, it was apparently a lot of them are poisonous though, so just be careful.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I will make sure to not eat the poisonous ones.
Yeah, the
bird, though,
horn ones.
That's probably fine.
I'm still up.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah, I didn't see any birds. But
there's no
the
bird.
metal one, don't eat that one. That one
Okay.
you might want to use for sheet metal. The one with the horns, that's wait, are you a troll?
Yeah.
No. Sometimes.
No, sorry, I was talking to Alara. Are you a troll?
Oh.
Yes. You'll notice that I don't look very troll-like.
You don't look like a troll at all.
Right. That's because I have like 1/8 of my blood is troll, and I'm also using a very powerful spell right now that was granted to me by your former boss and my now boss.
Eddie?
It's
I thought you said Eddie didn't put you up to this.
he didn't put me up to this. He didn't make me play a joke on you. This is a real thing that's happening. That's what I'm saying.
I don't believe any of this at all. You know what? I'm going to march right down to Eddie's right now and get to the bottom of this.
Absolutely. I encourage you to.
He can't,
I'll wait here for
you can't demote me like this. There's no way.
Okay, well, you take it up with Eddie. I'll wait here, and you sort it out and come on back and let me know, and we can pick right up where we left off.
You do that for me. You watch my bridge while I go take it up with Eddie.
Yeah, it's my job right now.
Oh, you're a good troll. You look very strange for a troll. Pretty ugly.
I think we could be good friends.
Well,
My name's Alara, by the way. What's your name?
I'm Terry. Terry the
Terry.
troll bridge. Yeah.
Terry. We could be friends.
Well, you're pretty ugly.
She's an ugly troll.
Hey!
Shut up! I'm gonna eat you, right, Terry?
Yeah, you
That's how
tell
I
him.
do it?
Hey, my new friends are gonna eat you. You've got this. You've got this. All right. Well,
Right.
you take care of the business. I'm gonna go talk to Eddie. Get this all cleared up right now.
Okay.
He begins to walk back to the other side of the bridge. Dendar, can you believe this? They taking my job away from me. They're promoting that one. Well, that's a tough break. How's the wife and kid gonna feel about it? Oh, nothing about the wife and the bloody kid. I don't care at this point. This is an outrage. They're gonna sever me or cut me or something. I can't remember what she said, but they said something about that. Hey, by the way, while I got you here, the wife's been asking lately, when are you and the lady of the lake gonna come by for dinner again? Because we had a great time last time. Well, Lady in the Lake and I, we're on a break. It's complicated. Yeah, I know how that goes. Man. Well, hopefully it all works out for you there, Dendar. And hopefully I'll be back at the bridge sometime soon. Yeah, Terry, it was great seeing you. Good luck. Have a nice day. Yeah, you too. You too. And the troll just walks off into the distance, into the sunset, as they say.
I want to give Alara a high five
Yes.
and say that was genius.
God. Oh my God. That was crazy.
No, that was awesome.
I'm gonna land behind Alara and Eli.
Okay, wait. I go on the middle of the bridge and I put my arms on my waist and I make a big wide stance and I say, "All right, now you have to answer my questions."
I'm just gonna walk past. Excuse me.
Yeah, me too.
No.
Eli wants to give Pablo a big hug because he's okay. Do I have to roll for it?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Deception. Deception.
Deception. After that dagger in the back.
Yeah, no, Eli runs up to Pavo, big bulging eyes, tears almost filling the rims at this point. Jumps into Pavo, and it's like hugging a down-filled pillow, and it's just
Don't give them any
soft and luscious. It's pretty much what you would consider hugging Big Bird from Sesame Street to be
Oh my
like.
Oh.
That feels so nice. I just want to say I'm happy you're okay, Pavo.
Thank you so much for your concern. I'm glad I'm okay too.
And then I'll walk back to the bridge where Alara is.
All right. So, as you all push past Alara kind of with her head resting down, Dendar walks up to her intimidatingly. So, what are your questions? I'll answer the question.
Okay, question 1. Who is the Lady of the Lake?
Oh, I don't want to talk about her. That's a sore spot. You hit me right here. Oh, it's complicated.
Okay. I'll accept that as an answer. Question 2. Why is it complicated?
Well,
Rub it in. Rub it in.
you really know how to get to me. It's me right here.
It's okay? I'll be here for you at the end of this conversation. So you just let it all out. This is good for you.
Well,
Is the lady in the lake that your nemesis?
Hey, these are my questions. Is the lady of the lake your nemesis?
oh, why would the Lady of the Lake be? Well, maybe now. She's pretty mad. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
What'd you do?
She asked me if I wanted to move in. I said no, because I drowned.
The lake? Oh yeah.
Is you what? I missed it.
He would drown.
He would drown.
She's in a lake.
That seems very. I mean,
Reasonable.
It was a pretty.
reasonable of her to ask of you to do that.
It was-
You guys seem to have incompatible lifestyles.
Mm-hmm.
you think so?
I mean, she sounds like she's an aquatic being. And can you breathe underwater? Will this work in the long term?
Technically, no, but I can swim real good.
Oh, when you swim, can you lay on your back and float?
For a little while, yeah.
And I just look at everyone and see.
Oh, well, he's meditating.
I
You
am.
need to add with your armor.
I don't have any armor on.
Guys, I feel like we're getting distracted.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm actually a lizard. So there's that. I'm better in water than you guys would be. You guys are full of hair. Weighs you down.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe one day you can find some sort of potion or something that allows you to permanently breathe underwater.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, you need to decide what you want first.
You're right. I need to decide what's important to number one.
Right. You. Who are you?
I'm Dendar, I told you.
Okay, that's good. Say it again, just louder.
I'm Dendar, I told you.
Exactly.
I'm
One more
Dendar,
time.
I told you.
Exactly, and I'll give him a big hug.
Are they just in the middle of the bridge?
I don't feel comfortable this close to you.
Sorry. I didn't. You're right. Consent is important.
Well,
I'll just walk away.
I've got a thing about hugging trolls, even when they're in disguise. Excuse me.
I just want to look around to see if anybody is like observing this and anyone else thinks it's interesting.
At this point,
Make a
what she does
make a persuasion
doesn't
check.
surprise me much anymore.
She's a
Make
troll.
Make a what check? Persuasion?
Perception, sorry.
Perception. 19.
19. Shadow's looking at this like, what the fuck is going on right now? I am so confused. Apparently, my master's a troll. There's a giant lizard guy talking. He just doesn't. Shadow just doesn't know what the hell to do at this point.
I'll just pet Shadow on the head and say it's okay.
Looks up at you and kind of nuzzled into your hand. So,
Guys, we need to go get Rainer.
Yeah, we need to get off this bridge because the troll's
Yeah.
coming back.
And he won't be happy.
No, he won't be. Newsflash, I didn't take his job.
wait, you didn't take Terry's job. He's gonna be upset. No
I
one's
said
guarding
I
the bridge.
did. I said I did take his job.
Oh, you trolls are tricky. I don't get you.
Yeah, I know.
We're just going to leave the bridge for a minute. Just for a minute.
Yeah,
We need to go get our friend.
it's all a part of the
Very
plan.
long minute.
Well, I got you
All
across
part
the
of the plan.
bridge. Are you done? What else do you want?
You didn't get us across the bridge. What the hell?
Well, I got you.
Got
to
us
the
to the
bridge.
bridge.
Yeah.
Fine.
You don't want to help us clear out these cultists?
You never really told me anything. You just said you wanted to get across the ravine.
We want to take out the
Well,
pirates.
Yeah.
I've
They were
heard.
interfering with your retirement, and we want to help you
Yeah.
ease into your retirement.
Yeah. So what are you
Yeah.
what are you planning? What's the plan?
We are planning to go get our friend Rainer and then go back to our hideout to make a plan to get rid of the pirates.
Wait. We're getting Raynor before we have a plan?
The
We were planning
plan
to get
the
Raynor to make
plan
another
is to-
plan.
Yes.
Okay. I'm totally fine with that.
So where's your friend?
He is in a pirate hideout that is west of here in an outpost.
Oh, the outpost. Yeah, I killed everything in there a couple weeks ago. It's okay.
Oh, great. Oh, but wait, did you kill
Amazing.
Raynor?
Oh,
I don't know. Was your
No,
friend
No,
there?
it was 2 weeks.
Was your
ago.
friend there 2 weeks ago?
No.
I
No,
don't
we don't
know.
think so. No.
But apparently he was taken there recently.
They went back.
I think so.
Oh, we gotta go kill everything in there.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Except for Raynor. We're not going to kill Raynor. Can we agree we're not killing Raynor? He's not a pirate.
What is he?
Some kind of elf.
I guess.
Thing.
I guess if pirates can't be elves, or elves can't be pirates, I'll try not to.
I will
Now-
say that I've never personally met an elf that's a pirate.
Whoa.
Alara, is this true?
Do you
That's
do you
actually-
guys have
He
any?
knows everything about pirates.
Do you guys have pirate
Yeah, but-
experts?
We do. We have one in our midst.
You do.
Alara, can an elf be a pirate?
The troll.
Please answer the question.
Yes, they can. A pirate is a lifestyle choice. Anyone can be a pirate.
But Raynor is not a pirate.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
He's
Can
not
we-
a pirate. He was
Let's,
taken
let's,
captive.
let's talk while we walk. Let's just head west.
Yep.
All right. So, as you continue this bizarre conversation about pirates, you continue to follow Dendar further northwest. The sun's now past midday. It's not getting dark just yet, but it is clearly in the lowering phase of the sun phase.
Very scientific.
That was the right
It's
word.
getting dark.
No, it's not getting dark. It's just it's just afternoon, okay? God, I'm
I
trying
know.
to make it
Oh.
sound good, and you guys are like, oh, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a sunologist. You continue down the path until Dendar stops you near the edge of a small meadow. He smells the air. He's here. And begins to skulk off into... He leaves the trail entirely and begins to make his way into the meadow.
I feel that we should follow him. He seems to know something that we don't.
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. As you
I think
continue,
it's scary.
you follow...
Uh-oh.
You follow closely behind Dendar as he begins to crouch down in the tall grass and begins to move a bit slowly, more stealth-like. He stops you again near a small clearing. If it isn't him, my old nemesis.
What was his name again?
Looking beyond the grass, you now see, in the middle of a clearing, an extremely pudgy, small creature laying on its back, almost rolling around like an egg, teetering back and forth. Finding it extremely difficult to believe, the colorful scaled creature looks like a legendary dragon you've heard of lore, but no bigger than a fat house cat. It lazily teeters back and forth on its back, tongue stuck out to its side. It reaches its hand into a small pouch beside it and pulls out a few copper coins, shoveling it into its mouth.
That's a mood.
Don't let it fool you. The beast is a mastermind of cunning deception. I doubt any of you would last more than a minute against a foe like that.
Are you sure? It looks really cute. I kind of want to go pet it.
I'm sure.
Please don't pet it.
I'm positive.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Are you sure,
it-
Eli? Look,
is it a
looks so
foe to all?
nice.
It's a
I
foe
don't
to
know,
me. It's done me wrong.
Why? What did it do?
It stole my coin purse. I want it back.
Okay. What
Maybe
if I
he
can
was
get?
hungry.
What if I can get your coin purse and you stay here in the bushes?
You can try. But I'm telling you right now, This is a foe unlike any you've ever seen before. I fought it many times. Many times.
Can I do an insight check?
Absolutely.
I want to peer into his soul. Just kidding.
That's weird.
But not actually. Oh boy, that's a natural one. Also on par for. Jesus.
For the most part, you could tell by the look on his face that he's very honest. He's very worked up about this.
Okay.
Well, what kind of attacks does he have? What's his power? What's he capable of?
Well,
Because he looks pretty unintimidating right now.
don't let it fool you. That thing is a vicious, vicious creature.
How though?
Yeah.
What can he do?
Well, it's hard to explain. Tell you what, you wait here. I'm gonna rush
no.
it.
No, you should not rush it.
Why?
Because because you would do better here, and I for us, I think, to take it on from a distance.
Well, I don't understand your theories, but I'll let you try.
I'm really smart, so you should listen to me. So trust me.
Make a
You stay
make a
here.
deception check.
I am smart though.
She's smarter than a troll. She's smarter than the bridge troll.
Does that?
He's a troll.
Yeah, she trolled the troll.
Bar set real high.
I have some bad news.
Are you
That
smart?
is 8 for deception.
I don't
am
know.
smart.
You don't seem very smart so far. And from what I know, trolls aren't that smart.
While they're doing this, I'm just gonna go over and try and grab the purse, coin purse.
Okay. So, as Trix gets annoyed enough not to listen to this babble anymore, she pushes through the reeds. First off, I need you to go ahead and make a stealth check for me, Trix.
A 5.
A 5. So you nonchalantly are just kind of like, I don't care about this. This ain't got nothing to do with me, and just push past through, not trying to be inconspicuous at all. You begin to walk up to the creature. When you get to a certain point, it opens one eye, and it's just eyeing you as you stand there for a moment. What do you want to do, Trix?
I'll still try and grab it.
All right. So, as you begin to walk towards the creature begins to furrow its brow towards you, seemingly knowing that that you come with no good intentions. It takes a long breath in. When you hear, and as you do, a cloud excavates from its rear side as a flatulent blast of pink, almost smoke, goes billowing into your face. I need you to make a wisdom save for me, please.
Wow.
A wisdom save.
Wisdom save?
Wow.
What the hell?
Not a wise move.
A 15?
15. You all watch in amazement as Trix starts heading out towards this creature, and as this billow of pink cloud of mist, of flatulent methane mist, hits you in the face, you all of a sudden stop. Now unable to move.
Did we hear the fart?
Make a perception check for me.
Jesus.
15.
15. Yeah, it was a squeaker, but you heard it. You heard it. Dendar looks towards both Alara and Eli and says, "See, I told you. Your friend is vexed now."
Vexed? What does that mean?
I don't know. I've heard people say it before. It sounds good.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You want us to kill this thing, or would it be enough if we just took your coin purse back?
I mean, if you want to kill it, that's fine. I just want my coin purse back.
Okay.
I'm also very hungry, so we can eat it later if you kill it. Just saying.
No.
I don't think that we should eat it,
That's your
but
choice.
I'll try to get your coin purse back. Can it see us?
Not from where you are. You're still hidden in the grass.
Okay, can I like circle around it at all
Okay, so you can go
in the grass?
Yeah, you can move around. You want to kind of flank the creature?
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. You go ahead and you go through the grass, trying to making a wide enough girth so that you're not making too much noise on your way towards the back end of the creature. You've successfully made it there, but you have to enter into the clearing in order to get it.
Okay.
Can I talk or no?
That's a good question. I believe you can talk.
Do you want to talk?
No, not right now.
Okay. Is there like a rock or a tree branch or anything around me?
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay. Investigation 11.
You spend just a few moments looking around. There's a couple small stones. I wouldn't say it's a large rock. In your hand, it seems a little bit bigger, but it's more of almost a large pebble. There seem to be a few thickets of the tall grass that have now broken from its stem and have turned to yellow as the moisture has run out of it, kind of turning it into almost like a hay.
And there's nothing around the creature that I could like throw the rock at and have it ricochet and make a sound?
Oh, you could absolutely throw the rock. It'll probably make a noise, but don't know how loud it would be.
I would like to throw the rock in the opposite, like to get it to face the opposite way, so it's not looking anywhere near me.
Well, you're flanking the creature, so it's already looking in the opposite direction of you.
Oh, okay. I feel like I should throw it anyway. No, I'll just try to sneak up on it. I don't know. I have no plan after.
All right, go ahead
Well,
and
halflings are good at sneaking up on dragons. They've wrote books about it.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
So how far away is this from us?
Not too far. It's only about maybe 15, 20 feet at max. It's not a very large clearing.
Can we actually see the coin purse he's referring to?
Oh yeah.
Where is it?
Directly beside the small dragon.
Okay. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, you do your thing, yes. Otherwise, I could whisper over. I could try to dash as fast as possible and just do a flyby and grab it and take off with it.
Okay. Well, let me try. I'm gonna take because even if I get into like a kerfuffle with him, then he's distracted. Okay, so I'm gonna take the rock and I'm just gonna like throw it to get him to move away from the purse.
Okay. Make a ranged attack for me, please. What are you throwing it at? Or are you just tossing it?
I'm just tossing it, but I'm trying to get it I'm trying to get him to go over to investigate the rock so he leaves the purse alone.
Okay.
So a ranged attack?
Yeah, go ahead and make a ranged attack for me.
That's 18 to hit.
18.
Or sorry, actually it's higher. That would be 23.
23. So you toss the stone, almost nailing exactly where you want it to hit. And as you do, the creature kind of looks up, looks around, and just kind of rests back. It's a very fat, lazy creature.
Okay, well, it's sleeping, so I'm gonna go try and sneak up on it.
Definitely isn't sleeping, just too lazy to move.
Okay. Shoot. I'm still gonna go try and sneak up on it.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check for me, please.
Okay. Shit. That is another, what is that? 23.
23.
Yeah. 22, sorry.
Okay. So you're able to sneak up almost within a foot of the creature without it noticing.
Okay. I would like to attempt to grab the coin purse.
Okay.
Boy.
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
Oh my god, you guys are gonna be so happy. 23.
23. Well done.
Yes.
So as you reach down, you grab the coin purse, slowly pulling it away from the creature's side. However, as you almost have it clear, a few coins jingle within the purse. It immediately pops up, rolling vigorously back and forth, trying to flip itself over. And it flips itself over onto its hind legs. You can now see on its back these little tiny wings that protrude off the back, which you don't think there's any way the wings could possibly hold up a dragon of this girth. It looks at you as it moves closer towards you.
Unfortunately, I need to kick it directly in the face.
All right, go ahead and make a melee attack for me.
There's so many other options.
Oh, well, what else can we do? I'm afraid of it. He made me afraid.
Okay.
Maybe this laser beast was okay as a pet, but this adorable fluffy dragon.
Because
we
I'm
should
afraid it's
probably
gonna
kick it in the
attack.
face.
I'm afraid it's gonna attack me. Okay. That is, so it's an unarmed strike, right? So that's gonna be 17 to hit.
Oh my god. this
I'm not
poor
gonna hurt. I'm
thing.
not gonna hurt it. Come on, it's just a kick. He'll be fine.
So
His face.
you wind up and punt the creature directly into it in its snout. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Oh, I hope it's not a lot. So is it another D20?
No, you're just roll. So it's just a D4
Okay. So
plus
this is not
plus
gonna
your
hurt at
strength
all.
bonus.
Yes.
Yeah.
2.
2, you punt it directly in the face. Its snout almost like pushes in a little bit as
I'm sorry.
a little bit of a blue nosebleed begins to go down. It covers its nose as you watch its eyes begin to water entirely.
Oh my god.
And it just kind of just starts spraying out tears. Dendar looks back at Alara and says, "See, that's the call of a vicious beast right there."
Oh god, I hate
No,
him
it's
so much.
not.
I hate him so much. Okay, I
You
grabbed
just kicked it in the face.
I know, but I honestly thought that it's hiding like some kind of crazy power. I didn't think that Dendar was this dumb. Anyway, okay, I am going to grab the coin purse. I'm not proud of who I am, and I'm gonna go and try to give it to Dendar.
And the superpower is
Oh.
mummy.
All right, so
Yeah.
Hey, what about
Oh yeah, tricks.
Sitting there.
Does she have
I
to do
wanna,
anything?
I wanna go out to the crying thing and just leave Dendar.
okay, first off, Trix, go ahead and roll a d6 for me, please.
I feel so
3?
3. You stop and look at what's happening in front of you, watching Eli brutally kick this small, adorable creature in the face. You try and call out in protest of it. You think you begin to walk forward, but all of a sudden you turn and begin to walk to the right for some reason.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
A few steps later, you're now back in the thicket of the grass.
Okay. I step backwards.
You move to the left.
Oh no.
Perfect. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna start walking to the right.
You start walking backwards.
I'm walking to the left.
But now you've now
To the
crested.
left.
You've now crested back into the clearing.
Okay, I'm back where I was. So I'm gonna go more to the left.
You start walking forward.
Oh, perfect. I'll keep walking to the left until I see my people.
Okay. So eventually you find it takes you a few minutes to figure it out, but you do finally find a way back to your companions. Eli, you walk up to Dendar, and Dendar looks, wow, you are a mighty warrior, small one.
I'm gonna say, what the hell, man? You said that it was dangerous. Look, it's so sad.
Look what it did to your friend. She can barely walk straight.
She'll figure it out. Trix is very smart. She'll be okay. We'll help her. But is this really all this thing is capable of?
No, it can shoot colors that make you blind.
Okay, well that sucks. So, Alara, can you be careful? Apparently the thing shoots colors that make you blind in addition to the smelly gases.
Probably already gone.
Oh god.
Well, you did well. You are an unofficial warrior in my books.
Well, thank you, but I do not feel that I have earned that praise because I just kicked a cute thing in the face.
You did kick a cute thing in the face, but it was worth it. I got my coin purse back.
Congratulations. Can we go help Rainer now? Can I grab
Congratulations.
Sorry, go ahead.
Congratulations to both of us, warrior. You've shown that no matter what, you're willing to kick small animals in the face for money.
It was a bit vicious.
I'm sorry.
Right,
I thought that it was gonna hurt us.
Oh, it
I was
wasn't.
just trying to get away.
No, it's never gonna hurt you. It's just, look at it. It's a small, tiny little creature. That's not bigger than a house cat. It's just really
Dender,
annoying.
you are the worst.
You never
It would
asked.
hurt us if we just left it alone.
I did ask. I asked specifically, what is it capable of? And you said it was capable of terrible things.
It is. Look
So
at
I
your
thought-
friend. She's walking backwards right now as fucking Trix starts to almost moonwalk past you in your peripheral vision.
Can I grab her and try to like bring her to me and stabilize her?
Absolutely. You kind of listen, Dendar, as you grab over and grab it, Trix by, and kind of pull her back into the situation.
I walk over to Eli and I just kind of shake my head. Just
I thought that we were in trouble. I was trying to get away. I'm sorry.
So as you're having this conversation, the small creature continues to kind of whimper in the background.
I'm definitely like approaching it.
Okay.
Up to it probably by now.
All right. What are you doing, Alara?
Hopefully Shadow's near me, and I'm gonna crouch in front of it and say, "Hey, little cute dragon thing," and I'm gonna say, "This is my friend Shadow," and I'm gonna pet Shadow.
What languages do you speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Elvish? Okay. It looks at you for a brief moment as it kind of teeters back, afraid of the vicious attack that it just received.
Okay, vicious. Come on.
Hey, listen, you just kicked a dog for all standards.
In the head.
In the face.
In the face, yeah.
I will get down on my knees and I'll put my head lower than its head and put my hand out, like extend it in front of it to smell my hand.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh boy. Come on, dice gods. They are so not on my side tonight, guys. Oh man. That's a 5.
It looks at your hand for a moment and then just backs off entirely. Turns around and begins to run into the meadow.
No, wait. How far away is it?
It's about 10 feet. It can't move that fast.
I will cast minor illusion and make little like sparkly colors dancing around. Say, look at the pretty lights. Wait, can I make lights?
Yeah, do you have that spell? Let's double check that first.
I have minor illusion, but let me just see. Okay, I don't think I can make light, so then I'll just make the image of colored balls floating in the air.
Okay. The creature looks up and kind of stops crying for a minute and looks back at you like, really? As it points its tail up into the sky, you now watch as the entire sky blows up into an illumination of fireworks. Balls of light the size of almost planets begin to appear in the sky.
Is this the shooting colors that you were talking about?
No, these are way bigger.
Okay.
You see what I mean? This thing's vicious.
God, you're the worst.
You need to be friends. And I'll try to slowly put my hand out again.
Okay. So make one more animal handling check with disadvantage.
Oh.
How far away are they?
They're maybe 20 feet away from you right now.
Okay. I will establish a mind link between the creature and me.
You fucker.
All right.
Whatever you're about to do right now.
I would say I'm very sorry about my friends. They just don't know how to behave.
What languages do you speak?
We don't need to speak the same languages, but I speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Quarry.
Draconic? Yeah, okay. The creature says, "Your friend is the worst. She kicked me in the face. And then this one's trying to impress me with spells that I learned when I was 4 days old."
I know. She's trying really hard.
Well,
Please be mindful of this. And for the other one, I just don't know.
why did you?
I guess he was scared of you.
Why did you steal my food?
I don't know. I guess
I mean,
she gave it back to somebody. I think you found it and it belonged to someone.
It was
and
just
then she
lying around.
Yeah, people lose crazy shit. I know.
Well, you're pretty nice. I kind of like you.
You know what? Here you go, and I will give him a gold to eat.
Its eyes light up, and it immediately stops whimpering as it kind of waddles over to you. It reaches up with its tiny hands as it chomps down on the gold. Oh, gold! I haven't eaten gold in so long.
I know money doesn't come by easy in this place.
What's your name?
My name is Alcor.
Alcor.
Very nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Plum Plum.
Nice name. Are you here by yourself?
Yeah, the other ones disappeared. I don't know why. They all,
Because there is no food left. That's probably why.
they left me alone here.
That's not bad. You know what? If you want to tag along, you're very welcome to do so.
I don't know. You guys is pretty mean, especially that one that kicked me in the face.
Yeah, but you can stay. You can stand by me. I'll make sure this little being won't kick you anymore.
And you can get me more gold?
We're trying to get to the pirates' place. I'm pretty sure they're loaded like crazy. So if we take care of them, you probably can just take over the place and just lay lazily on whatever bounty they took.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good to me. I'm all about that, man.
All right.
Hell yeah! And he floats. You watch as these tiny little, like, almost buzzardy like wings go flicking really, really hard. It takes a minute and a couple liftoffs for him to actually get off of the ground, but he's able to float up and is now following alongside of you, keeping a very, very watchful eye on Eli.
I'm giving Alcor the biggest cut eye that I can.
Come on, you can make friends with Stroll. I just can make friends with dragons. We each have our specialty.
Yes.
think that troll's
You're-
gonna be very friendly if he comes by,
No.
Yeah.
sees us again.
Dendar looks over to Alcor and says, I don't know what you did, shaman. That was impressive, I have to say.
Shut up, Dendar.
And you know I could step on you, right?
Hey,
Oh,
I don't
no.
think so.
Listen, you guys asked for my help. If you don't
Yeah,
if you don't want my help, you just tell me now. I'll walk away. I got my
Oh,
coin
no.
purse.
Oh my god, so dramatic. Let's go.
Yeah, well, can you help
Let's
with
just
this?
go.
And then I show him how I walk funny.
All right, you start walking in a diagonal line this time. Yeah, I can probably help with that. Just stay away from your troll friend. Apparently you're poisonous. He walks over and like lifts you up, throws you over his shoulder, and just continues to walk onward.
Oh boy.
All right, you guys continue walking for a few more hours, well past the meadows. Now with Shadow Walk running alongside Alara's feet, a very fat fairy dragon flying along Alcor, and Trix flung over the shoulder of Dendar.
Oh, and while I'm slung over his shoulder, I'm gonna see if there's anything in his back pockets, or attached to the back of his belt.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
I love it. He has that whole gold pouch.
That is 24.
24, very good. As you reach down below his belt line, you realize that he's really just wearing a loincloth. But you get a handful of firm butt. That is a firm ass butt.
No.
Handful. He kind of flexes a little bit and says, "Oh,
Oh.
wow." The Lady of the Lake used to do something like this to me all the time.
Oh no.
This is bringing back some emotional memories. I'm gonna have to process this. And while he processes this, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break to go get some more apple juice, and we will be back in just a few short moments. Yeah, give us 5, and we'll be right back, guys. So, you all continue to travel for quite some time, a few hours. And as the sun grows dim, you begin to crest the top of a hill. Off in the distance, roughly about 300 yards away, you see a relatively large encampment. Tall standing torches have been lit by the front entrance. The encampment has been surrounded by a wall of large logs that have been sharpened at the tip. Just above the wall, wooden rooftops peak and can be seen for a few freestanding buildings. A fire pit's smoke can be seen bellowing out from the center of the compound. Even from this distance, you can see at least 4 guards at the front gate and a few archers standing along the roof or along the wall. Dendar looks at you all and says, "All right, there's the encampment. Let's rush it. What do you say?"
Is that what you did last time that you killed everybody?
I mean, generally that's my plan of attack. I like to rush things.
I hear ya, but I don't think I've ever met anyone who's more impatient than me. So you've won that category for me.
Well, I've never said a proper thank you to a troll before. So,
You
thank
don't
you.
need to now. It's not a compliment. She's not complimenting you, man.
Hey,
She's saying
hey.
you gotta chill out.
Eli, whose side are you on?
I don't know anymore. I kicked the puppy.
You're a bad, bad man.
Who am
Eli.
I? Who am I? I'm having an
It's like-
existential crisis.
Clearly.
I'm not okay, guys. I'm gonna go stand by myself.
It's okay.
I think we should let Dendar take the lead on this one. He must know the place way better than us. He's been here before.
I mean, you guys will probably die, but I'll be fine, and we'll clear out the bad guys.
I don't want to die. So how can we not die?
Well, stop being that colorful elf thing that you are, and be the troll that you're meant to be.
I like that. You're right.
What you're meant to be.
Words of wisdom, folks. This is the philosophy of Careful Cantrip. Be the troll that you are.
Please don't troll us, though.
Don't troll us, though. I forgot. That has a double meaning nowadays. And Eli, as you stand off to the side, having a bit of an existential crisis, Shadow comes up and starts rubbing against your leg, looking up at you with big anime type eyes, making sure that you're okay.
I'll sit down beside him and then just pet him.
It immediately jumps.
I'm watching.
It jumps into your lap and starts cooing, jumping up on your face a little bit, trying to lick your face.
There we go. I do feel better.
I walk to Ilara and says like, "Watch out for Shadow. You don't know what Eli is capable of anymore."
I know. That's why I'm watching right now with shifty eyes. It's for sure.
I know what her feet are capable of.
What?
Hey man, halflings have big feet. You gotta be careful of those things. That's like fucking Ronald McDonald shoes, just boot in the face. Big hairy toed Ronald McDonald boots.
So, can we see in the encampment Raynor?
From where you are, no. You can barely see over the top of the wall.
Okay.
Alcor, do you think we should rush in with this guy? I don't know. He told me that I should release my inner troll, and I feel like he's right.
When you fight, yes. When you think, probably not.
Who needs thinking?
Okay.
No one needs to think.
I mean,
Just
the
fight
element
stuff.
of surprise is on our side right now.
Yeah.
It is.
Listen to the bird guy.
Listen, I don't think I'm gonna be very helpful rushing anything right now.
Can you walk properly now?
Yeah,
Whatever you do, don't go straight.
Has the effects wore off on you yet? Or are you still loopy?
Am I?
You can try.
Universe?
You can
Try walking.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna try to just walk a little bit to the right here.
And you strife to the right.
Oh.
It seems the effects of the flatulent blast no longer affects you.
Perfect. As I step to the right, I say, "Did you see that, guys?"
Yeah, I'm assuming it's working for you now.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Brag
That
much?
was a nice step to the right.
Yeah.
Look at
Your
you.
fecal matter must have exited your system.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, it's not that gross because it was pink. I made sure.
Can we try to get a look around?
Sure.
Like,
What are you looking for?
guards, listening for sounds of people nearby.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Okay. I get to re-roll.
Oh boy.
It doesn't get old. It just doesn't get old. 16.
So for those of you who are watching who are wondering why Eli gets to re-roll, it's because a halfling has a feat called Lucky, where when they roll natural ones, they are allowed to potentially re-roll their last roll. So if anybody's wondering why Eli all of a sudden gets to re-roll stuff sometimes, just want to make sure we're clear on that.
Dragon wasn't very lucky with those feet.
No,
Yep.
no, those feats were bad for the dragon. Sorry, what did you roll again, Eli?
16.
16. So as you peer out You do see, like I said, there are 4 guards positioned at the front gates. You can see about probably about 8 archers that are standing along the wall in different places, and you can see a number of duo guards that seem to be walking around the outside exit. They seem to have significantly fortified their efforts since the last attack.
Okay. Do we want to like look around for a way in?
Not a bad idea.
Why don't we ask?
Or we can smoke them out.
Well, we don't want to accidentally burn Rainer as well.
We don't want to what?
We don't want to burn Rainer. We smoke him out. What if Rainer's in there unconscious or something and he can't get himself out?
Oh, true, yeah.
Because we don't know where he's being held right now.
I say we try to find a way in. A sneaky way in.
I can tell you right now, there's only one way in. It's the front gate. We gotta rush.
I don't trust you anymore. I don't trust you anymore. No, I don't listen to you anymore. I would like to go and look for myself, if you don't mind. Is there like places that I can hide as I walk around the perimeter? How big is this place? How long would it take me to do that?
It would probably take you, we'll say it would probably take a full hour to walk around in a stealth manner. I mean, you guys are about 300 yards away right now. So think of it as the length of 3 football fields.
Yeah, that's.
Can we take a short rest while we figure this out?
Do we need a short rest?
I mean, I could try to fly, but I think I'd be
Also, keep
spotted.
in mind that
Yeah.
the sun is pretty dim at this point. The sky is now illuminated with pinks and purples as you can just see the last rays of the sun cresting on the horizon.
Which is
Pretty,
okay.
guys.
Should we wait until nightfall then?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we would go at night anyway. So we can take a rest until nightfall.
Guys,
Sure.
I can also disguise myself. So I'm just wondering, I could disguise myself as a guard and take some of you prisoner into the place. And then once we're inside,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
okay.
Like that. I also like just rushing in.
I like the troll. She seems to know what she's talking about.
Right? I'm dealing with my inner troll thing that you were telling me about.
Yeah.
Why don't we at first just like try to deceive them, and then if that fails, then we can fight.
Fine.
All right.
But I want to watch the sunset, and I'll just sit down somewhere and take out my books and start taking notes and stuff and watching the sunset.
Priorities.
I mean, if she's taking a short rest, I'm taking one too.
I mean,
We're resting. This is what we're doing, people. Don't we have things to do?
well, I
I
didn't
am
patch up
watching-
Pavo too well, and I'm a bit.
Oh
hurt.
yeah, I think Pavo would.
I would
beneficiate,
love
like-
a short rest right
Yeah,
now.
he would love some hit points before we go back and falls down again.
Or else I'll probably not be very helpful.
Well, keep in mind that it's the transport of the prisoners, as the pixies told you, are going to be tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can do a
Right.
short. We can do a short rest, and if
And
he
then
like
go.
wants to go around the place and check it out during that, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's do
And
that.
And that way, like, he can scout the place, and then
Mhm.
we're all ready an hour from now.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if somebody does need a short rest and wants to do something else instead, then
Okay. So a few of you kind of settle down. The sun begins to lower even further into the sky, changing the the colors from that hueish pink to now a darker purple, setting closer to a night sky that you're familiar with. A few of the stars begin to shine out in the sky. And a few of you take a rest. So whoever's taking a short rest, go ahead, and if you want to take a minute to roll your hit die. Apparently I'm an idiot and forgot my dice box on the other side of the table, so go ahead and roll for your hit points as I go and grab that quickly.
Hooray, almost full.
Good, I can shape shift. Wild shape again.
Hey, Alcor, while we're short resting.
No, you cannot float in the water with all your equipment on.
I'm not floating in the water. I'm
Okay, good.
sitting down, watching the sunset and all the pretty colors. And I say, hey, Alcor. Where are you, Alcor?
I'm just here.
I have a question.
As always, yes.
What is up with the feather thing? I mean, Eli told me it was weird. I feel like it's a little weird.
Oh, you know what? Could you make me like a quill tip for it? I want to use it just to draw maps and stuff.
That would be so cool. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Is this a mind meld?
Sorry?
Is this a mind meld conversation?
No.
I don't have I mean, I have my jeweler's kit on me, but I don't have any metal, so I'll have to wait.
Yeah,
until
whenever. It's not urgent.
Okay. All right. I'll make you an awesome quill.
How much
Cool.
metal do you need?
I don't know.
What?
DM. How much metal would I need to make a tip for a fountain quill pen?
How are you planning on making this?
With my jeweler's
No,
kit?
but she cannot make it now. But how much
Oh,
metal
yeah.
will she need to make it later?
Yeah, eventually.
Not that much at all. I mean, you could probably, with the right tools and prep, you could probably do it with as much as maybe like 2 coins worth of metal.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, a quill tip
definitely
isn't
don't have
that
enough-
big or elaborate.
Yeah, I don't have enough gold for that because I gambled it all away.
I
I didn't make one of
I didn't say I
Right
wanted the
now.
gold tip. Sure.
That's a fancy ass quill you got there.
Yeah.
It's a fancy feather from our almost dead companion.
I like it. It's like a homage to Pavo.
Yeah,
Now
if he ever dies, we'll have something to remember him by.
I
That's
don't think
horrible.
we want him to die, Alcor.
I don't think he will.
It's a memento of his life. We're celebrating his life. Now every
He's
time
not dead yet.
Oh, is that what it is?
No!
We're celebrating his life. He's just right here.
And every time you write with that quill, you'll think about Pavo. I think it's really nice of you.
Aw.
Thanks.
All right, well, I'll work on it and at another time, not right now, because I'm really busy right now watching the sunset. So.
I figured.
All right, so as you watch the sunset, Pavo, you're going ahead and doing a bit of meditation, trying to revive yourself from the damage you've taken so far. Eli, you're walking around trying to get a sense of the layout. Trix and Ollie, what are you guys doing?
I'm just recovering as well from the last battle.
Okay.
I'm just practicing with my cards.
All right, fair enough. So as Pavo sits down in a meditative state, Ollie, you do something similar, resting down on your knees, holding on to your holy symbol as you pray towards Gibble. Trix, what are you trying to do with your cards right now?
I am practicing a I am practicing my dexterity with my 3-card Monty.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
That is 23.
23. Wow. All right. So as you sit there and you've cropped up the cards a little bit, you've put a little bit of a bend in them. You're flipping them back and forth, trying to master the sake of the 3-card Monty. As you do, you feel yourself becoming a little bit better with them. Are you already proficient with your cards?
Yes.
All right, fair enough. Well, you get better. You get a lot better, kid. Good job.
Oh, that's good.
So, as all of you kind of sit down and do your own thing, Eli, you spend an hour searching the outside perimeter of the outpost. Go ahead and make a investigation check for me.
For 15.
15. You try your best, but as you move towards the back of the outpost, the light starts to dim down a little bit. It's hard to make out exactly where there might be an entrance, but from the best of your ability of looking at the layout of the overall outpost, I mean, Dendar looks like he's right. It looks like there's only one way in.
Okay. I'll just go back to the group and I'll tell them that.
Okay.
And so I think Trix's idea is the best idea. And then Dendar's idea is a good plan B.
Okay.
All right.
You go back and relay that information to your party.
All right. So should we all go in as captives?
Ooh, I don't know. It might.
I mean, if she's the only one which is like a soldier, she should have 1 or 2 people, maybe 3. Any more than that would be suspicious.
I agree.
I mean, I can always get close enough to see you guys and then swoop in after the battle starts.
Yeah, I think Pavo should stay because he can have like a bird's eye view from the top.
Bird's eye.
Ayo.
All the pun and no pun intended at the same time.
And I don't think Arlie should be one of the prisoners because I don't know if Trix looks like she could overtake Arlie in a fight. Looks pretty beefy.
Okay, so
I agree with you. Perhaps Alara should go because she has so much knowledge about pirates.
Agreed.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And I'm really good at acting, clearly.
And I think Trix can take Eli too. Unless Eli kicks.
I will hang my head in shame and then I'll just say, okay, I'll go.
I mean, Trix looks like an animal and Eli likes kicking animals.
Wow.
Wow. Eli's going to wear this one for a while. Holy.
Yeah.
I was trying to help.
Trying is not good enough.
You did a very good
Okay.
job. Very good job.
Yeah. It's okay, Eli. We all make mistakes.
You
What's
accomplish your goal.
important? Yeah, what's
I
important
will-
is we learn from them.
I will just hold my hands out and wait for somebody to tie me up.
Well,
Because then we have to pretend to be prisoners. Do we have any rope
Yeah.
left? I still have rope. I didn't use it on the bridge.
Oh, yeah. No, you all have about 50 feet of rope, other than some
Okay.
Alara. I think Alara used her rope.
Yeah, I would have taken it with me though, unless it fell.
Doesn't-
Did you take it with you,
one
though?
time used.
You didn't say you took it
was
with you.
tied. It was tied to me though.
Yeah,
Like,
but you undid it.
just-
You undid the knot when you got to the other side.
Okay. I mean, that also wasn't said out loud, but okay. If you want to rule that I stepped out of the rope and left it there.
No, I'm just saying that, and I'll let you keep the rope, but just for future reference, if you are using an item that's tied to something or anchored by something, just make sure that you remember to tell me that you take it with you.
Oh, because it was anchored to the knife in the ground or whatever.
Right.
Okay. Got it.
So
Which I didn't mention that I took with me either.
right.
So noted.
So noted for next time.
Yes.
I'm gonna be a nice universe tonight and
Aw.
and give you your stuff back. All right. So what do we?
Someone
What do
tie me.
we make a kink check for me? Jesus.
I will not. Alara is innocent.
You sure? All right. Fair enough.
Oh.
So what's the plan, guys?
All right. I'm taking in Eli and Alara, right? Alcor, what are you doing?
I'm staying here with Ollie and
You
Lizard
staying
Man.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So we're splitting the
Alright.
party again? Awesome.
We're really good at
I
it.
mean, there is no other way,
Splitting the
right?
party.
Unless we all go in at the same
Unless
time.
you want to
which
like
means
turn
charging
into
in.
like an ant or something.
I cannot turn into an ant.
Oh. Okay. Well then, in that case,
I can't
I
exactly
will-
sneak in after you either. I'm not very sneaky.
Oh, true.
I'm just gonna stay from a vantage point to when I see something happen, I can come swooping in.
Yeah, and when Pavel swoops in, basically, I guess Lizard Man, Ollie, and I will just charge in.
Dendar, overhearing your plan right now, says to you all, you know, they're going to take your weapons away if you're prisoners.
We won't come in with weapons. We'll say that she already took them.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean,
Wow.
Lara is a mage, so that should be fine.
Or I can carry extra weapons if you think they're gonna take them anyway.
Yeah.
If I can.
I'm pretty sure they're going to
Yeah.
take them. I doubt that they let prisoners carry weapons around with them.
Okay.
No.
Well, can I carry their
The
weapons?
captor would have the weapons with them.
Yeah. Trix, I'll give Trix my weapons.
Can you store them in your bottle?
Because my focus is my quarterstaff, the gem in it. So what happens if Trix is holding my focus? Can I still use it or no?
Nope.
That was a nope.
That was the D.
that was
What?
a
Oh,
no.
no.
I guess no.
Unless you have a component pouch on you.
But does
No.
she have components?
No.
And can you remove the stone from the staff, or is it like embedded in it?
I could try.
It's your staff. You should know.
Where am I gonna put it? Well,
What if you break it?
yeah, I'd have to break it. I mean,
Like throw it after.
Why don't we just have Trix walk in with it?
That's
because
what I'm
then
saying. Yeah, I'll just carry it all in.
and then
Like
Okay,
I
well,
confiscated it
yeah.
from you.
And then if
And then
a
we'll be
fight
like-
breaks out,
Bam.
And once you get in, and they're going to put you in the cell, what's the idea?
well, can you guys do a mind link thingy where you do your little communicating and she can tell you what she sees on the inside?
Yeah, 20 feet. That's it.
Ooh.
So no.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
Uh,
aren't you guys gonna come up closer? Or are you guys gonna stay 300 yards away?
I mean, we can come closer, but we cannot come as close to the barricade because then they'll see us.
I
Right.
think
Was
they're-
there a lot
Okay.
of cover when you walked around that somebody can get close enough to hide still?
There
Oh, yeah, good
were
point.
there were some guards patrolling.
Okay.
Were they patrolling outside? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Did I see them outside? Okay.
Yeah.
how quickly could I break the stone off of my staff and fashion it into some sort of necklace? Not very quickly, I imagine.
No. I mean, to break it,
Really?
sure, but to fashion it into a wearable piece, no. That's going to take you a few hours for sure.
Okay.
Starting to
Awesome.
think that maybe the plan B would probably be better instead of trying to disarm everybody.
Yeah, I
Charge
feel
it?
like we're gonna end up
Yeah.
fighting.
Are we going to
anyway.
rush in? We should rush in.
Well,
Because if we're
We do- if
separating
we-
each other at different spots and then some people are disarmed, that looks like it's just the
Well,
plan to go bad fast.
I mean, the only thing we need to know to be sure is like the gate needs to be open. Because if we charge in and the gate is closed, it's kind of useless.
Listen, I fought in many battles, many wars. How many wars have you guys fought in?
0.
How many gates have you busted through?
Wait, was an actual gate closed, or was it like an open, just an entrance with guards?
Oh,
Elara.
there is a gate that is closed at this point.
Yeah, so we can just get in, get the gates open, and then.
Do you need your staff to cast a spell, Elara? Like your cantrips?
I need it. The gem. I think at our next long rest I'll fix this issue. But basically, the gem is what I use to focus all my energy through, instead of using components.
Because I was gonna say that you could cast minor illusion and do like a signal to let them know. But I guess if you need
I would need my staff.
Trix, do you have anything that you could use as a signal, a spell?
Yeah, I have minor illusion.
We could do that when the gates open.
Yeah.
A sound. How far does the sound travel?
I can go
Or a light.
30 feet only.
Won't you
Well-
just be able to see the door?
But I could go. Yeah, can't you see the doors from there? Or no?
I don't know. How close are they coming? Are guards patrolling 30 feet away from the fortress or the outpost?
I mean, they'd probably be within 10 to 15 feet of the wall as they're walking around.
Okay,
think
so
about
if you
it
guys-
like just a I don't know, guards of a prison patrolling the outside gate.
So if you guys were to come like 25 feet, you're away from the guards, but you're still within range of the illusion, whatever the sound is.
At that point, can't you just see the door open? Like, what are we
I
signaling
see-
you
I see
for?
what you mean, I see what you
Signaling.
mean.
Yeah.
Could
Well,
they?
if- Trix is already disguised as one of them. If she, I hate to say by herself, go and get them to open up as she's heading. Once we start seeing it open, rush it.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Let's do that.
Go.
Not
by
that I want to
myself.
send you by yourself, but I think that might be a little bit more.
Yeah, that works.
Someone wants to see someone else die this episode.
Can you get back into your bottle?
I
Trix.
can go back into my bottle. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Oh,
don't
in
take
case
our
I'm in
weapons with you.
danger. Yeah.
No, she wouldn't have to in this scenario. She's just gonna go and get them to open it up, pretending to be one of them.
And then
Oh no, I can't because we didn't have a long rest. We just had a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So no.
What if you just
Well-
go in your bottle and we chuck you over the gate and then just open it from the other side?
It's not a
She
bad
can't-
I
idea.
can't go back in it.
Well, we don't know if the gate needs a key.
Probably like a log on the other side, blocking the two gates.
I mean, if we got a closer look at it, then that would be something I could easily just swoop down, open up real quick before they attack me. But we don't know the mechanism that's holding the gate closed.
I'm guessing it's just a log. You go, whoop,
That would be nice.
it's open.
Why wouldn't they open it for her though? If they think she's one of them.
Yeah, well, that was the theory I was going off of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Let's
Okay.
just try it. So she's not going in with any prisoners. She's just by herself.
I mean, if one of you want to go, you could hide your weapon on you.
I feel
That's
like
pretty good.
I feel like they're gonna ask her what she's doing out by herself, someone that they don't recognize. I don't know.
What? These guards are always hanging out with other people?
I feel like they must know each other.
Depends
And
how
you're
many there are.
I guess so. I don't know. I'm just afraid you're gonna be an unfamiliar face, and they're gonna wonder why you were out by yourself when they're all there, and they seem to have their roles. Like there's guards, archers, there's patrol. Like they seem decently organized.
Are there any bonfires that we can see?
The only bonfire you can that you can make out is there seems to be pretty heavy billowing, blooming of smoke that's coming out from the center. You could probably assume from that, and the general flicker of the campfire outside, that there's probably a relatively large bonfire in the center of the camp.
Unless
Why doesn't Trix take Dendar as her prisoner? I feel like they want to capture Dendar anyway. One of them must recognize Dendar as the guy that murdered all their friends. So if Trix takes Dendar, they might not even pay attention to Trix being slightly different than they remember their pirate
That's
friends
assuming
looking.
anybody survived
think
during
that's
that last
smart.
attack. To
well, I
recognize
mean,
them.
yeah, and I mean, he wants to charge in anyway. So once the gate is open, just throw him his axe and let him charge in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Seems
sounds
like a good plan.
All right, let's do
Wreak
it.
havoc, chaos.
I'm not doing that.
Damn it,
Why the hell
Dendar!
not?
Come on.
He doesn't want to be a prisoner.
My axe doesn't leave my hands. That's a rule.
Oh my god, get over it. We're trying to get the door open.
Listen,
No,
little one. How many fights have you actually been in your life?
Listen, how are you gonna get through the door?
Been in many fights, first of all. I
Guys,
decapitated a beast
guys.
last time.
How many men have you killed?
Well, it seemed to be one more if you don't watch the way you talk.
Like puppies and then baby dragons.
Oh
And then...
god. Let's
I don't
just
think we've actually killed
listen.
people yet.
We're
so.
gonna give you the axe back as soon as the gate is open.
Dendar, in a show of strength, reaches over and grabs you by the cuff on the back, Eli, and lifts you off the ground with a single hand, and looks at you and says, "I don't go anywhere without my axe. When you've
Dendar,
killed,
Look at him with
Dendar.
a, I want to
when
look at him
you've
with a straight
killed
face.
as many men as I have, you'll learn not to lose your weapon."
Okay, are you done? Can you put me down?
He just lets go and drops you.
Well, we need another plan because Princess over here doesn't want to
Well-
let go of his axe for a minute.
he's also scared of baby dragons, so this is way too scary for him to do.
That's true.
Did that halfling just call
Dendar.
me a princess?
I did. I did just call you a princess.
Fair enough. Best,
This is a
I've got
high-
you where you needed to go at your outpost. I wish you the best of
No,
luck.
no.
And he turns
No,
and begins
Dendar,
to walk.
Dendar, wait. Dendar. Listen. We have a thing going on here. Me and you. We understand about the inner troll thing, right? Now just picture this for 1 second. You are running and screaming and storming at the doors, and out of midair comes an axe flying, and you catch it at the last second before you vanquish your foes. How awesome would that moment be?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
Because Eli just kicked him in the face by calling him princess again.
Yeah, because Eli doesn't know how to respect.
That's true. He doesn't.
That's not bad. Persuasion 14.
14. Let's get one thing straight.
Okay, I'm ready.
If I can't trust the people I'm fighting with, I can't fight with them. Realistically,
Me?
you're all gonna die in there.
Good, but you're going to live. So
I'll live because I've done this a few times. If you guys aren't willing to trust each other, or allowing me to trust you and trust me to a certain extent, you're all gonna die in there.
There's a lot of trust going around, and I feel like you're the only one who is not feeling it. I feel really we trust you so much to know that you're gonna catch this axe mid-air and it's gonna be epic.
It will be epic, because I do epic shit. But
Exactly.
that doesn't mean this isn't all about epic shit. You do realize your life is on the line running in there right now. And if you go in there without your weapons, you might as well just be throwing yourself off the edge.
But the plan isn't to go in there without the weapons. the plan is to, as soon as the gate opens, you get your axe back. We all rush together behind you. That's the plan. No
You
one's
don't
going in there.
understand. You don't seem to understand, Halfling. This axe is not leaving my hands.
Okay, fine.
Fine.
Okay,
I'll
do you
just
have any
go.
bright ideas to get the door open then? Any other plans? Because you can't rush the gate if it's closed.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Okay. No dice. 8.
8. Dendar looks at you all and says, "None of you have experience in war battle, do you?
Not a war.
No.
Have you ever fought a horde of enemies before?
No.
Mm.
The one thing I can recommend is perhaps looking at it from a different perspective. Going in there is suicide. So perhaps there's a way to get them out here."
We wait for the morning.
No, we can't. Well, oh yeah, they are taking him out in the morning.
Could we just attack the transport then? and
Yeah,
not
but
the
that's
camp?
still a horde.
Depends
No,
on
I
how
think-
many
yeah,
I
but-
think he's talking.
It's less than the encampment. The
Why don't we try
transport
to
will be
set
less
something on
people.
fire?
I mean, either way, if we set something on fire, they all run out. Or if we wait till the morning, they all come out anyway, and there's
Yeah.
only one
With
entrance.
Raynor, they'll come out with Raynor because they're
Yeah.
transporting him.
But then it's
We're
still a
assuming that
horde.
the entire encampment will do the transport, not just a select few.
Oh, that's
Yeah, true. The whole camp isn't, and they're like not on their turf, you know? So it's always a little bit of a disadvantage.
Getting your
They
friend
can move.
outside the barriers at least gets him that much further to, or closer to you, as opposed to you going in there.
So am I
Yeah,
understanding
true.
this correctly, and you want us to take a long rest before we do anything?
That's what I was gonna hear. I was gonna say. I was like, I hear a long rest.
Well,
That's fine with
I-
me.
Yeah, it sounds like a good plan. I'm good
Yeah.
with that. Is there a hiding place like along the road that we can hide, or is it pretty much open space leading up to the road?
From where you are right now, it's a pretty hilly area. There's a few thickets of trees and tall grass in certain areas that would probably have just enough cover for a camp for the night. Probably wouldn't want to light a fire.
Okay, that's fine. So maybe we take shifts to watch to make sure that Raynor doesn't get transported like bright and early or anything like that. That we don't sleep through it.
Mm.
Or I could just go sentry mode and keep an eye out.
That sounds good.
You can actually see what's happening around you, and that when you're shut down or whatever.
Gotta love Warforged.
Okay.
Because the sleep mode doesn't shut down.
Oh, can you imagine a Warforged artificer? Whew. Crazy.
Okay.
I can't think of playing an artificer right now. I'm just learning how to use melee attacks, so
Oh yeah.
baby steps.
I'm just
So
saying.
what
There's some
you're
people in
telling
my
me-
chat, our chat, who knows what I'm talking about right now.
So what you're telling me
Yeah,
is that
paid one.
I can go to bed now. I can go to bed now, guys.
I'm getting my panda mask on.
Okay. No, you can't.
What?
Alcor?
What?
Because you can't. What
Why?
if Raynor comes out before 8 hours is up? How the hell are we gonna wake you up? I'm not dragging your body down there.
Just remove the mask. It's
I
easy.
thought I can't remove the mask.
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
But there's nothing in the description that you can't.
Okay. Never mind then.
He
Oh,
just probably told
rewind.
you that so you wouldn't do it.
Retcon.
Excellent idea. You should wear your mask tonight.
You know I have to. Stop it.
Okay.
So we rest then, and then keep an eye out for transport.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you all find a thicket, probably close to 1,000 yards away from the encampment, but not too far that Ollie wouldn't be able to get a pretty good sight on it. You begin to bed down for the night. Is there anything anyone wants to do before the long rest?
Find a nice sturdy tree.
Wow. How many? Yeah, no, I shouldn't do it right
Prop myself up.
I'm just going to take Plum and use it as a pillow beside me.
What?
Plum.
You gonna lay on it?
No, just have him near me,
now. Yeah, you know.
like a teddy bear.
Yeah.
You got a little hug pillow there, buddy. You got something to
There we go. That's the word in
something
English.
to cuddle with. That's the word in English. I want to know what the word in non-English is. What is Swedish for hug pillow?
I don't know. I don't speak
Or
Swedish.
sorry, the other one.
French.
Yeah, that one.
Jesus.
As my kid would say, they're doo-doo.
Doo-doo?
Doo-doo. It's basically their their
Aw.
preferred teddy bear.
Aw.
Okay.
We got a very different word for doo-doo, but hey,
Yeah, I know.
it's all good.
I
It's
know.
all good. It's all good. All right, so finding your doo-doo, you the Plum is already passed out entirely. Once again, kind of teetering on its back and forth, tongue hanging out to the side, just snoring away. You grab onto him and kind of pull him a little bit closer as you pull down your sleep mask for the night. You all kind of look over, at least those who are still awake, look over and now see Alcor with a panda bear sleep mask on, cuddling with a tiny fat dragon.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do for the evening?
Just get a good vantage point and go into my sentry mode.
Okay. All right. So you all bed down for the evening. There doesn't seem to be much activity, Ollie, between the time you found your rest and the pirate encampment itself. You do sense a bit of movement, but not much more than the guards, as well as those that are standing along the wall. However, around daybreak, you begin to sense a fair amount of movement as the front entrance seemingly opens, and roughly about 15 pirates begin to come out. They begin to escort some type of creatures. You can't really tell from being in sentry mode exactly what it is. You can more sense the vibrations, the sounds, as opposed to having a line of sight on it.
I'd like to snap out of sentry mode and wake everybody.
Okay. Go ahead.
Guys, wake up! Wake up!
What?
Can someone wake up Panda Mask person over there?
Yeah, I'll take his mask off. Wake up!
Oh my god.
What? Damn it!
I think
Plum jets
I have a
up.
good feeling
Not sure what to do.
Alarm!
I think they're on the move now.
All right. Let's do this, team.
All right.
Let's find our inner trolls, everybody.
Nope.
I gotta go first. I'm gonna cast disguise self
Wait.
on myself.
What?
You don't
No,
need to
wait,
disguise
No,
yourself.
we're not doing that.
No, we're just prodding them.
Now we can just ambush them now that they're out of the thing. We don't have to get in
Oh,
anywhere.
right,
Yeah.
for them to
How
come out.
many? How many of them did you say?
There's
How many
probably
pirates?
from after looking outward, you all have now awoken. You're looking at the top of the hill, looking down on the encampment. You can probably see about 15, really focused more on hitching the wagons to actually a few very large, some might even say giant spiders. You can also see a few large saddles being hoisted onto the back of them. One particular in the front, a little bit larger than the other four or other three. You can see a large wagon is being drawn to it and hitched up to the back of it. It's very similar to the prison cart that you first saw Thomas in.
Is it covered, or can we see in it?
There's only a few small windows, so you can't see inside of it at this point, but you can see the door being opened as individuals freely walk in and out from it.
No Rainer that we're seeing around.
So far you have not seen Rainer, no.
Okay. So is it safe to say that they're still working on loading this cart up, or have they left and they're entering in?
Oh no, you clearly see they're really just packing up at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. All right. Well, maybe we should get into like a hiding spot along the road so we can ambush them. We really should have set this up last night, but I'm an idiot.
Are we gonna be able to take all of them? The spiders and everything?
I don't know if the spiders are gonna necessarily attack. If they seem to be the mules
That's
of the
true.
situation.
Okay.
I'm guessing if we leave them like this, they won't be able to attack, or set them free, they will run somewhere else.
Okay. Okay.
But
So
I mean-
do you want to get in a hiding spot and then
Wait till we see Rainer.
Yeah.
if we can at all,
Do we know what direction they're going to take?
north.
Yeah.
Does this mean Alcor can now turn into a giant spider?
No, twice. If I can do that. I guess
Oh.
I need to close my eyes and see it for the second time.
A giant spider? You might be able to. I would double check that.
Is there like a path that it's clear they're about to take?
They are faced northward, and there seems to be
Okay.
a bit of a trail leading that way.
Could we kind of like while they're loading up, sneak ahead of them and then get on either side and then pop out or something eventually?
Question is, if we
Oh.
don't see Rainer, do we still attack?
That's
I
a good
mean,
question.
I think we can like try. It sounds like it's pretty covered. I think it's just a gamble.
Yeah, but we might see him getting into the cart if
Yeah,
they're
we're
still
watching
packing
them
up.
load it.
Okay.
Gotta just keep an eye out.
Well, we do have Dendar with us, and he said he took out the entire base last time, so
Yeah,
we
maybe
should
there
be
were less
fine with
people.
15.
Looking over, you can
Dendar,
see
how many people were there?
You see Dendar still fast asleep, sprawled out. Very similar to the way that Trick sleeps.
No one woke him?
Wake him up.
Yeah,
I'm not waking him up.
He doesn't like me.
I'll get close enough to where I can poke him with the end of my stick.
You poke him with the end of your stick, and immediately he arouses. Ah! Ah!
We have activities that are moving.
Is there breakfast?
Oh
What?
No breakfast right now. No, sorry.
Oh,
This is
all right, fair enough. And you're sure you don't want to eat the dragon?
sure.
You're sure you don't want
Might
to
be able to
eat the
giant
dragon?
spiders soon.
Yeah, I'm sure we're not going to eat the dragon.
Oh, all right, fair enough. Well, Are we fighting? What are we doing?
We're
Ugh.
waiting to see our companion, and then
we're gonna rush him.
Ambush them.
All right.
then
Yeah,
we'll
but
rush.
then are we gonna be able to? Then we lose. Like, are we gonna be able to catch up to it? How fast are those things? Because we're behind them, right? So if we wait for them to load up and we wait for them to start, are we gonna be able to catch them?
Oh, I
Said we're
thought they
behind
were.
them.
Yeah.
They were in front of us.
They are in front of us.
DM.
Mhm.
When they leave, are they going to go away from us or are they going to pass by us?
So
From their direction.
you're basically on the very close to the edge of the island at this point. It is sitting directly in front of you. You're facing west if you're looking directly at it. North would be to the right of you. If you were to travel along the edge of the edge of the island.
So they're gonna pass in front of us.
They're gonna
not
pass-
go.
You're basically perpendicular to them right now. So you're like on a 90-degree angle
Okay.
of the path.
So we're not in front of. We're not behind them then.
No, you're not behind
We
them.
can just
Okay.
walk in a diagonal
Yeah.
to get in front of them.
Because if we can see them get in, then we'll be, before they're done completely loading, I believe we'll be able to get into position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We just woke up, Eli.
Yeah.
I'm still sleepy.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can see Raynor.
Okay. You guys are, so you're staying from where you are right now, or are you moving closer?
Is there somewhere for us to hide if we're closer? Can we like hide
Yeah, they're
along
more
the pathway?
trees.
You can see there's a few areas that will probably get you within almost 100 yards that you can kind
Lara.
of serpentine towards with cover.
I'll go.
Ilara, send Shadow.
Oh yeah, or Shadow.
I need to be within 100 feet though. Well, what happens after that? I can't communicate, but I guess okay.
Still can see, right?
Yeah, but I'll be deaf and blind, so somebody watch me.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm just trying. Okay. I say, Shadow, it's your time to shine. And I guess
I gotta find out what a fox sounds like, because I was about to do a goddamn chipmunk. I was like, oh, that's not what a fox does at all. What does the fox say? God damn it. Oh.
All right, so I guess I send Shadow forward. My eyes go completely blind. I can't hear anything except for what Shadow I'm seeing and hearing through Shadow, and Shadow goes ahead stealthily to try to get up to the cart.
All right. It doesn't take much in terms of a small fox, as it kind of bounds back and forth from a few of the hiding places. Looking at your friend Alara, it's very off-putting looking at her, as her eyes seem to have almost rolled to the back of her head. All you're seeing now is the white pupils that remain. Irises no longer visible at this point. Alara, you watch as you continue to bound forward, as now you've taken the senses over of Shadow. Watching from where you are, you sit and wait for probably about an hour in the hidden underneath a few bushes before you hear one of the pirates call out, "All right, bring him out. We might as well get out of here then." As they say that, a few moments later, you watch as first a young female prisoner is escorted out and into the back of the carriage. But a moment later, you see a battered and bruised Raynor being dragged by underneath his arms by two individuals as they pull him along, throwing him chained into the back of the wagon.
All right. I will tell Shadow to come back, and I will pull out of Shadow. Like, come back.
Okay. Takes
And
a
I tell
few.
everyone.
It takes a few moments for Shadow to come back into range to receive the messages that you're getting and to pull yourself out of it. You relay all the information to your party, and Dendar looks at you and says, "All right, I don't know how you do this, troll, but let's go. It's fight time. Let's go. Are we rushing the gates?
No.
Let's storm the gates.
Let's storm the gates. All right."
No,
we're
no,
not
no,
storming
no,
the
no.
gates.
Oh.
We're storming the carriage when it comes.
We're
comes
waiting
in.
for them to separate
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
going after the transport carriage.
Okay.
That increases our odds of success.
All right. Fair enough.
And our objective is to rescue Raynor in the first place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not to take the outpost down.
Well,
Also, this
that's
other
not as
girl,
fun,
we should
but
see.
it's. I mean, if we're just trying to get your friend, it's probably a better idea.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
All right. You guys begin to make your way on a bit of a diagonal towards the the trail a little further down the line. You make it there. There's only about 100 yards left, maybe less, by the time you make it there, and the carriage is now coming towards the end. You can now see there are 2 individuals at the front post that are driving the actual carriage with the horses towed behind. On top of it, you can also see at least one more individual with a crossbow standing at the top. Behind them, there is another individual and a secondary passenger on the back of one of the giant spiders. It continues to move forward until it's probably only about 10 feet from you guys.
Oh, yeah, that's close.
Shall we?
Do this.
Yep, let's go.
All right. What are you guys doing?
Storm the carriage.
Charge!
Yeah.
I stay in the back and I wild shape
Oh my god.
Okay.
to my story form.
And which one are you taking?
Archer.
Okay. Hold on a second, all right? I gotta change the music. We're gonna go into combat. I gotta hit the gates. Give me a second, goddammit. All right, so as the what is happening? This is awful.
What?
I can't hear
There we
anything.
go.
There we go. All right. So, as the wagon begins to make its way down the trail towards you, you're all about to pounce. You can see as Dendar is now gripping the leather bound holding points of the axe itself. You can feel
I would
the.
like to. Oh, sorry. I want to see if I can see who has the keys, because we're within 10 feet, right? Before we pound. Yeah.
They're all seated. It would be very difficult to determine who has the key at this point.
Okay.
Is the
Sorry,
guy with the
to interrupt.
crossbow like sitting on top?
There's a guy on top who's basically a sentry.
Okay.
So as the adrenaline pumps from within all of you, a very bizarre sight befalls you all. All of a sudden, you look over towards Alcor as his image now begins to fade, almost like a black saturation has completely covered him. You now see a spectacle of navy blues and blacks mixed together as if paint and oil are mixing with one another. The image lasts for but a moment when you start to see flickerings of white, starry light begin to pop up over top of him, almost as if you're now staring at the night sky. However, the silhouette of Alcor remains. You watch as a few of the stars begin to glow brighter across his chest as lines begin to dart next to each other. He stands before you now as almost an astral field itself, with a constellation of an archer resting on his chest. I'd like everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
You people are too much.
Oh, it's bad.
I gotta plug in my phone. Hold on.
And while Eli goes and plugs in his phone, this session has been brought to you on behalf of Wood. Hey, have you gone to your lumber yard lately and bought wood? You should make stuff out of wood. Sponsored by Woods.
Makes sense.
Okay.
It's the closest I can come to. All right. Let's start at the top of the round. Eli, what did you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Alara,
12.
12. Alcor,
15.
15?
Yep.
Okay. Trix,
1-5.
10.
10. Pavo,
22.
22. Wow, good one. Ollie,
19.
19. Okay. So that's me.
I wish we could like hold up cards like
I know, right?
a gymnastics competition.
Totally should.
Hands across the board.
Not one.
All right. So as the wagon pulls forward directly in front of you, Pavo, you are up. What would you like to do?
Spring up and go to the top of this caravan and go after the archer.
Okay, so as you fly up into the air, your bow held aloft in your hands, the pirates suddenly take notice of you in a moment of shock as they see this winged warrior fly up beside them. You fly down towards the top of the carriage itself, swiping at the sentry on top. Go ahead and make an attack for me, please.
So is he like inside something, or can he be like?
No, he's
bum-rushed off?
directly on top of the roof of the caravan.
So if he's just sitting there, I want to, instead of just taking a normal attack, I want to basically like try to knock him off the top.
All right, go ahead and make an
Like
athletics
bum
check
rush.
an athletics check for me.
Acrobatics would have been better, but okay.
Hmm.
That dropped. So 14.
14. So the benefit of the draw, you push hard on the individual as they as you hold in almost like a crossbar position. You fly down towards, almost in a Superman type manner, as you push towards against the pirate itself. The pirate, being knocked off balance, tumbles towards the edge of the wagon, almost falling off. He's able to grab on, however, his crossbow falls towards the ground, being left behind as the wagon charges forward. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Then I'll do. See, I'll stay right there.
So you're staying on the top of the roof?
Correct.
Okay, so finding a grip with your talons as you dig down into a little bit of a soft surface. It seems to be they've covered it over the top with a blanket or some type of lining. All right, Eli, watching Pavo as he jettisons down, you watch as the sentry who's holding the crossbow now being knocked off to the other side. What would you like to do?
At the where they were loading up the carriage, is it like bars? Could I speak to somebody through it? Like, can I talk to Rainer?
There's a few bars that are carved out at the very top. It's a little too high. From where you're standing, it's probably about roughly 10 feet above from where the ground is.
Okay. I'm just gonna try to run to the drivers and climb up and stab them.
All right. You rush towards the edge of the carriage. It's now moving a little bit faster now, knowing that they're under attack. Reaching out, you try and grab onto a bit of a handle that rests on the side of the caravan. Go ahead and make a athletics check for me.
8.
8. You reach out trying to grab it, but it just seems to move too quickly. It moves just beyond your hand as you stumble forward a little bit, almost hitting the edge of the caravan as it passes by. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Can I just try to keep up with the carriage?
Sure, you can try and keep moving up with the carriage. It's not going to last for a very long time, but yeah. So, all right. Cool. Ollie, you are up. Alcor, you're on deck. Ollie, you watch as all of this takes place. Pavel jettisons down from the sky. Ollie rushing up towards, trying to reach out to grab on the edge of the carriage to grab hold. What would you like to do?
Can I try to shoot the spider in the head with a crossbow?
You can absolutely try. Do you have a crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, reaching into your back area where there's a bit of a holster of your crossbow, pulling it forward, taking aim. Go ahead and take a ranged attack for me.
It's 5.
Being unfamiliar with the crossbow, as this is probably one of the only few times that you've actually shot one before, there's a little bit of a recoil that is a little obscuring for you as it kind of pulls back a little bit and shoots a little bit wide of the spider's head. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
No, just kind of moving. Well, yeah, moving towards the caravan.
Okay, you start
up with it.
You start to move up towards closer to it. Alcor, what would you like to do? Seeing all your friends take action.
Okay. How many spiders are pulling the convoy? Like 1, 2?
There's one pulling the actual caravan. There is another one directly behind it with 2 riders on it.
Okay, so I will aim for the one pulling the caravan, and I will cast Magnify Gravity on it.
Cool. Okay.
It's a 10 feet radius, and I'll try not to hit anybody else if I can help it.
I would say from where you are.
I don't see the map, I'm not sure, so I'm like, yeah, I'll cast it.
Yeah, no, I think you'd probably be pretty okay in terms of the difference in space of the spider itself and the coach. So as you,
I just have a question, because if I cast it on the caravan itself, no, because there's people in it. No, yeah. on the spider.
Right. So as you step out, the riders or the driver of the wagon is taken completely off guard, seeing this starry silhouette step out in front of him. You raise your hands, no longer needing the spell cast or the spell focus directly in front of you, focusing now on the constellations throughout your body. You throw a gravitational force towards the spider itself. It begins to crush down on the creature. What's the save on that one?
It's a Constitution save of 14.
14? The the large creature begins to feel some type of pull toward it as it uses its 8 long legs to grapple into the ground, pulling itself rather than just walking at this point, just out of the way of it, still being pulled back a little bit. I'm assuming that it's half damage on that one?
Yes, well, it's 4.
Okay, go ahead.
It's half damage.
All right, so parts of the spider's carapace begins to almost pull off as you see a jelly as it's pulled off of the body of the creature in various places. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Alcor?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I will use my story form to throw an arrow of light towards the spider.
Okay, so putting your hands in the motion of a bow, you watch as light silhouette of a bow and arrow comes out from towards you, and very similar to the guiding bolt that you've shot before, a bright light in the way of a bolt almost appears within the grasp of the bow itself. Pulling back, you shoot forward. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
It's a 24 to hit.
24 absolutely hits as it smashes into the side of the spider. Is that what we're aiming at?
Yeah.
Okay, as it smashes into the side of the spider, you see it physically getting jettisoned to the side, getting pushed almost exactly, strafing to the right. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
It's a 12 radiant.
12 radiant, okay. The creature looking takes a brief moment to almost stagger as it begins to claw itself away from the gravitational pull, continuing to move forward. As the wagon continues to pull it forward, the two individuals now that are running alongside it get pulled into the gravitational pull of your spell. I need Eli and Ollie to both make Constitution saving throws for me.
Wow. Oh my god.
Of course.
Yeah.
17.
7.
All right.
So do I need to re-roll the damage, or am I taking the same damage?
No, it's the same. It's the same spell, same damage. So just go ahead and let them know how many points they can deduct.
So 4 for Ollie and 8 for Eli. And Eli, your speed is half until the next turn.
My speed is half. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Jesus.
Wow.
That's a new one, gravity. That's
So
Gravity!
fire, ice.
Is working
when there's a
against
black
me.
sphere in the field, just don't walk inside of it.
I'm literally just gonna sit down after this. Just gonna wait till it's over.
poor Eli's. Eli's having a rough day.
Just go kick a puppy.
Oh, talk about kicking someone when he's down. All right, so the pirates now taking full focus of what's happening is going to the one still remaining on the front wagon, as well as the one that is sitting on the back of the other giant spider, are both going to make attacks. Gee, are you kidding me? One of the one that's following or sitting on top of the wagon itself seems to be in a bit of a panic as the string on his crossbow itself breaks after rolling a natural 1.
Nice.
The crossbow now useless as it fires and just kind of falls off directly in front of him. The other rolling for a natural 2, also clearly very upset over being surprised by you, just simply shoots off the crossbolt into the sky. God damn. They are going to continue to keep moving forward. Alara, what would you like to do?
I am going to shoot Alcor a look and wonder why he keeps attacking our group. And then I am going to basically bring my hands together, and I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb, and I'm going to choose fire damage, and I'm going to hurl it at the same spider that Alcor hit, the one that's pulling the carriage.
Okay, so you're trying to set the giant spider that's leading the wagon on fire. Okay, cool. Let's do it.
I just want to attack it. I mean, it won't set on fire unless, it wouldn't set the thing on fire.
Okay, or will it?
It's
So as you hold as you hold your staff up into the sky, reaching into it almost, it begins to waver like a small bubble as you pull out a bolt of fire, pulling it backward, creating your javelin. You toss it forward. Go ahead and roll an attack for me.
That is 18 to hit.
18 absolutely hits.
Yay!
The haired spider all of a sudden begins to shock up into flames as it begins to flicker off the backside of it.
That's 20 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Boom!
20 points of fire damage?
Yeah, I rolled 2 8s and a 4. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so the spider getting hit on its backside and being a relatively haired creature bursts into a ball of fire as the carriage now flying back and forth, teetering back and forth as the creature runs in a panic, just scurrying all over the place. It doesn't take long for the outside of it begin to swell up as it boils up from the flames, from the firebolt. As it does, you watch as it begins to burst on separate sides of its carapace, large patches of blood going out of both sides of it. The creature lets off a squeal as it finally rests, slamming down into the ground. The driver's going head over ass, flying off the end of the wagon itself. The wagon teetering over the top and smashing on its side. The individuals on the spider directly behind it yell out, "There's no point. They're gone. Let's get the hell out of here," as they turn around and begin to speed backwards towards the outpost. That takes Alara. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Yeah, how far away am I from the carriage?
You're probably about, I'm going to say 20 yards.
Yards. What is yards to feet?
Times
Sorry,
3.
I don't know.
60.
Sorry?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. And everyone else is still with me? 60 feet back?
No.
Or has everyone moved in within 30 feet?
I'm definitely.
Yeah, quite a few
I'm on
people
top.
are, yeah.
Okay, I will move in within 30 feet. I'll move my 30 feet movement speed, and
Okay.
that'll end my turn.
Okay. So, with that said, that takes us to Trix. What would you like to do? You've just watched as the spider has now utterly burst into flames, practically melting and popping as it runs along. The drivers have now flown off the top of it, almost as if crash test dummies being smashed into a wall, going flying through a windshield. The caravan toppling head over ass, now on its side, kind of skidding out a few feet directly in front of you. What would you like to do?
All right, great. All the work's done. I go over to the carriage.
That is very
I
fair.
go over to the carriage and, see if I can attempt to open it or just look inside at least.
All right, so as you run to the back of it, you can see two individuals inside of it, both clearly unconscious. One of them, the female, having a little bit of blood trickling down the side of of her head.
I'm sorry. I'm having technical difficulties and I cannot hear anything that you're saying. Can you just give me like 9 seconds and I will plug my
This
head
stream
headphones in.
brought to you by the makers of wood paper. Paper comes in all shapes and sizes. You can get it in index cards. A4, I hear that's a popular print format. There's legal versus letter.
Hey, maybe
that's a
we
difference.
Take this moment to look at chat and see what everybody's saying.
Chat's not saying anything. It's okay.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry.
All right, fair enough. So, yeah,
There was a ringing in my ears from the explosion.
I would like to award Trix inspiration for the quick thinking. If you don't already have inspiration, you can go ahead and add that. So going back to what I was saying, there's a lot of shit happening, Trix. There's a fire bolt that just got shot at the giant spider. It's gone up in a plume of smoke. It's bubbling, it's bursting, it's melting in different places. It's stopped running at this point. The caravan is now toppled head over ass, sliding down as you've run up close towards it, looking in through the small cell barred cell windows. You can see a male and a female. The male you recognize as Raynor. The female, a younger woman you've never seen before. She's now trickling a little bit of blood from her forehead. Both seem to be unconscious.
Okay.
Let's
And
get them
did
out
I
before
try
people-
to open the door?
You have not tried to open the door. You've looked in the window.
Can I try to open the door? I'm sure it's locked, but I gotta try.
Are you just trying to yank that bitch off, or?
Yeah.
All right, make
Yes.
make an athletics check for me. Hook-a-lees. Natural 20. Let's do it. Let's go, girl. Get her.
16?
That's close enough to a natural 20. You reach down, yanking at it a few times. The crash has loosened up the hinges as you pull on it. As it releases, you fling open the front door. You now look down to see your friend companion, Raynor, laying unconscious at the side, leaning up against the wall. And beside him, an unnamed female. What would you like to do?
I would like to pull Raynor out.
Okay.
I just lifting him under the arms and just sort of dragging him.
Okay. Takes you a minute, but you reach underneath and begin to pull him out gradually. That's probably going to end your turn, though, because you have taken an action and technically a bonus action, which takes us back to the top of the round, which would be Pavo. What would you like to do?
Have all the pirates decided to disengage and run away?
The one that were running on the spider behind you have clearly taken off. They're hoofing it back to the outpost at this point. The one that was directly hanging off the side, the one that you had attacked, seems to have been flung off even further as the crash of the caravan happened. He seems to be off to the side, relatively dazed and confused. On all hands and knees. The two that were flung off from the front don't seem to be moving. We'll say that as the crash happened, you would have been smart enough to at least get yourself up into the air.
Yeah, then I'll land next to the guy that was up on top with me. His crossbow had already fallen off, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And is he conscious?
Barely.
Okay, so I'm not going to attack him, but I am going to tell him that he might take this opportunity to get the hell out of here, or else. And see what he does from there, and then I just get in a defensive stance.
All right. So as you hold it down for a brief moment, the individual rolls over onto its front, looking at you, first snarling, and then realizing what kind of situation he's in. Rests back on the ground and says, I surrender. I surrender. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Pavo?
No.
Okay. Eli, you're up. What would you like to do?
I think we need to get out of here. Those guys that went back to the outpost are gonna get the others. We need to boot it. So let's grab Raynor. Somebody bigger than me, grab this other chick, and let's boogie.
Well, I do look around. Do we see Dandar or Danar or whatever his name is?
Dandar actually looks up towards Eli and says, yeah, that's probably the smartest thing you've said the entire time I've known you. I've got this. And begins to turn, and just fucking hoof it back towards the other spider.
Oh, okay. You ran away.
I wouldn't say he ran away. He had axe in hand. I don't think Dendar is the type of individual to run away.
So he's chasing the other two guys and the spider?
I think he's trying to kill the spider. I think there's another spider that's still alive.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
bolts off down a pathway towards the towards where the giant spider came from.
What won't you do for like a spider kebab?
So I want to look around and see if there's anywhere that we could hide, because they're gonna be here pretty soon.
Why don't we just run the opposite way? Just get the people and let's get out of here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but which direction are we running?
Towards the bridge, to the troll.
Towards the bridge? Oh, God.
No, we can't go back to the troll.
Where do you want to go?
Is the pirate still sitting by my feet?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that at this point you guys are out of combat. At this point, the two individuals that were driving and riding shotgun of the actual wagon, they seem to be unconscious far in front of you. Bit of a bloody mess. Pavo, you have the guy. You're holding down the other pirate. There's no one else around.
So what do you guys want to do with this guy?
I don't know.
Honestly, just
Let him
leave
go or keep him? And
Knock
take
him out.
prisoner?
Well, until,
Knock
Yeah,
him
knock
out.
him out and leave
Knock
him.
him out?
Yeah.
All right. Not a killing blow, but then I want to just jab him with the end of the quarterstaff to try to attempt to knock him out.
Sure, go ahead and roll an attack for me.
He's in his skull.
I really don't want to hurt this guy. Natural one.
You
well, wait, how does
yeah,
this work for like the
you-
double
I know.
negative?
you try
I don't know.
you try your absolute best to not hit him that hard, but knowing your skill level, you just kind of tap him more so on the side of the head as he reaches up and what? I already surrendered. What did you do that for? Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead and roll a second attack, Pavo.
All right, try this one more time.
20.
No. +7, so that's an 11.
11. Okay, so as you you kind of look back at your allies to see if anybody actually saw that, you give a little bit with your elbow the next time as you smash it right across his face, knocking him out entirely. Everybody make a perception check for me.
Better at that.
Ooh, natural 20.
Sorry, other than Pavo. Other than Pavo.
Other than me? Okay.
21.
Oh, to see if I messed up.
19.
Okay.
Everyone's rolling high.
7.
16.
Eli, trying to recover yourself a little bit and shake it off. You've had a rough day, bud. But, you know, these things happen. These things happen. The rest of you are all kind of standing around not paying attention or just kind of surveying the area as you look over at Pavo as he just kind of lightly taps the side of a pirate, the pirate then yelling at him before he ends up able to knock him out entirely.
I just start laughing.
All right, I'd like to go see if the lady on the ground needs some mending.
Okay, so you enter into the cabin of the wagon just as Trix pulls Raynor out. The young woman seems to be unconscious as well. She seems to be breathing. Everything seems to be all right. Otherwise, she's just taken a little bit of a knock to the head.
All right, well, I'll cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
She's safe.
As you lay your hand over top of her, you watch as the cut above her headline or her hairline begins to slowly start to shrink. The blood now stopping from trickling down. Still unconscious, but she seems to be stable otherwise.
All right. I guess I'll be the one that picks her up, and then. All right.
Okay, reaching
I'll
down,
take
you
her along with Raynor.
grab her into your mighty metallic arms, walking her outside of the caravan.
Can I
As
search the bodies on the ground for any sort of like paraphernalia or something that relates to this Matu or god of the jungle or sea or whatever?
you spend a few moments to look around and loot the bodies. You find a few basic weapons, scimitars, daggers, that's really all you find on him. There seems to be just some general clothes over top of them. A couple of them, you probably make out a total of about 5 silver in terms of dollar amounts.
We gotta get out of here. Those other pirates are gonna come.
All right,
Yeah.
go. Let's move.
As you guys all converge back together, Raynor, who seems to be an absolute mess, you can see he's been badly beaten in his time. He also looks a little bit paler than you saw him before, as he suddenly gains consciousness for a brief moment as he leans over Trix's shoulder and says, "Oh, it's good to see you again, Trinket. I never thought I'd be ever so glad to see you. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a little rest." As he loses consciousness once again, you guys begin to make your way towards the bridge, or the area of the bridge. Everybody make a stealth check for me.
Perfect. 27.
Also 27.
17.
20.
All right, that's enough.
This is why I don't roll anymore.
Are you
I
sure?
rolled no, guys. I rolled an 8.
I rolled a 12.
Yeah,
I
no,
have
you guys,
disadvantage on my stealth.
you guys are absolutely fine. So you guys make your way back towards the area of where the bridge was. There doesn't seem to be anyone following you at this point. The Raynor and the young woman seem to remain unconscious as you make your way back towards the bridge. And with that said, with your friend in hand, with the quest complete, we'll bring everything to a close for tonight, and we will pick up next week to find out what happens next. And what information does Raynor have?
Alrighty.
So
I wonder how Raynor and Dendar are gonna get along. I feel like
Dendar
they're gonna
just ran
clash.
off, so we
Yeah,
don't know
Just
where
took
he
off?
went.
Yeah.
I thought he
this
went to go
was-
kill the spider.
Yeah, but we never said he came back.
Like he
Yeah,
ran
he's not with
after.
us.
Yeah, he ran
He's-
after
I
the
just-
people that ran away.
He's going towards the fort.
Oh.
Eli, what do you care? You hate
whatever.
that guy anyway. Fuck that guy.
You hate that guy.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for sticking around with us. We had lots of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the our dumb faces as usual. And until the very next one, I want you all to remember, adventurers, be careful out there. You can trip. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Everybody wave and say goodbye, chat.
Bye.
Goodbye, chat.
Thanks to everybody who's rooting for me.
See you next
We'll
time.
get him next time.
See you next time, guys.